listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever.
Made us turn the ball over much. What did you kind of see?
They're a good defensive team for sure, but I thought tonight was more about us just being careless, being mindless, and we know we can be better. In order to give ourselves a chance to win these games, our guys know that we have to take care of the basketball. We didn't do a good job of that tonight, and then I thought their second chance opportunities, offensive rebounds, those two areas tonight, you circle those. You try to cut down on those numbers, and you give yourself a chance. And we didn't do a great job of that.
What did you think of some of the guys? I mean, Antonio, some of these guys who are coming in off the bench, just the jobs that they're trying to do in, an admittedly tough situation, being down that much, but still trying to fight and do what they did. Yeah, I mean, that's a part of the NBA. You get an opportunity to step on the floor, no matter the opponent. You go out, try to execute on both ends of the floor. I thought their intentions were there, but. Tough night for us tonight. We've talked. Sometimes we have these conversations, and it's the effort's not there, but that doesn't seem to be the case tonight. Especially when you have guys like, the record is what it is, and you have CJ McCollum diving on the floor for loose balls. As a coach, what is it like when you see the veterans and still playing with that level of intensity and care at this point in the season? Well, I think it's a credit to all of our guys. They care about the game. They understand that there's a standard that they set for themselves and for their teammates. I'm on board with it as well as a coach. I think when you step on the NBA floor, you owe it to yourself. And, we're all blessed with this platform to go after it. So our guys are doing that. They're competing. They're playing hard. But it's deflating when you give a team that many chances to go score on you. You turn the ball over 26 times. That's 37 points. You're not giving yourself a chance to beat a good team. When you do have that many turns, is it one of those things where you could look at it and go, if
Ambulance! Where the ambulance? Why the man body still right there? Supposed to be laying there. Damn ambulance!
I don't say it's easier to kind of look at a game like that, but when you're looking back at film, is that mostly what you show kind of going into next game is where guys get in the right spot or not being in the corner or not trapping themselves or anything like that? Yeah, we'll show some. Our guys know. They know. They've been in these situations where the margin for error is small, and you got to just be solid. If you go out and be solid, keep the game simple. We would rather have good shots on goal than turn the ball over. So we'll show some. We'll take a look at the film tomorrow, and we got a practice day to continue to improve.
Shout out to y'all, man. For all things Pelicans, now tuned into the Pelican post game report. Big ups to the fan. Appreciate y'all for being on the live, man. It's another fantastic loss by the Pels tonight, man. This time it's 41 points. 41 points, 41 points. Pelicans go down. Yes, it's not very good. But anyway, the Pelicans suffer their 52nd loss, 19-52 are your New Orleans Pelicans, baby. How you feel about that? It doesn't feel pretty good, man. I think a lot of people like you. It's time can we just skip this whole damn thing? I feel the same way, man. These shows continue to get it just ended Willie Green's presser as well. Big ups to you guys. We having camera issues and stuff. We're gonna get right into the broadcast today. Big ups to the fam. And man, listen, man, Pelicans go down in smoke, man. And this one, man, I don't know what to tell y'all about this one, fam. Zion Williamson, of course, you guys are aware that Zion did not play in the matchup. They said something about him having issues with his back. Well, the reality at the end of the day is that the Pelicans really doesn't have a spine. So I don't know what the problem is there. But in the end, the Pelicans continue to do what they do best, which is just fall on their own swords. And we have to be forced to watch them. Anyway, let's hit some of these stats here, fam. In the matchup, the Pelicans finished 34 of 68 for 50%. They were 11 of 31 from downtown for 35.5%. They went to the foul line 22 times and only converted 14 of 22 for 63.6%. The T-Wolves got some revenge on the Pelicans, beating them down by 41 points, 48 of 89 from the field for 54%. They were 19 of 44 from downtown for 43.2%. And they were 19 of 20 from the foul line for 95%. They out-rebounded the Pels 36-33. They out-assisted the Pelicans 40-20, doubled them up. They outstole the Pelicans 14-11. Pelicans did outblock them 4-1. And the Pelicans did out-turnover them. 26 of those suckers for 37, almost 40 points given up on turnovers, as you heard Willie Green get, and only 14 by the Minnesota Timberwolves for 13 points off said turnovers. Very, very interesting to say the very least about these statistics. Very horrible stats tonight by the Pelicans. And it just, what can I say, fam? It just is, man, listen. Effort is one thing with this team, but the inconsistency, even though we are dealing with injuries, the effort is still supposed to be there. There is no way, fam, that the Pelicans are supposed to get blown out by 40 plus points in matchups like within games apart. Where's the heart? Where is the intelligence? It is none. And Willie Green really just showing you that he has no answers. He's a dead man in the water. If a team can beat your ass down by 40 points and he gets up there and sounds like that, that's a dead man walking, man. He should be. He should have been fired, but what the hell? Anyway, and of course we go individual statistics. The most anything any one of the Pelicans scored with 15 points for CJ McCollum in 28 minutes. He was 6 of 15 from the field, a ghastly 1 of 7 from downtown. He finished with 15 points, 4 steals, 3 rebounds on the night, 14 from Bruce Brown in his start with 22 minutes of action, 14 points, 2 rebounds to go along with his 3 or 4 from downtown as well. And then, of course, you have to hit the bench for the next one, which is Antonio Reeves. In 12 minutes, he was a bright spot. He had 11 points in the steal, but he was 5 of 5 from the field, and he did hit a 3-pointer tonight. 10 from Kelly Olynyk in 22 minutes of action, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists from him. 10 from Jordan Hawkins in 27 minutes. He was 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown. And, of course, you see the rest of these guys really didn't do too much of anything in the matchup. Jose Alvarado, 18 minutes, 9 points, 8 points from Carlo Mekovic in 20 minutes with 1 rebound, a couple of assists. Elfrid Payton did make his return, as we'll talk about more of that, is the fact that the Pelicans did ultimately re-sign Elfrid Payton and bring him back, which was a bright spot. It was good to see Elfrid Payton back in their uniform. He should have never left, but he's back. And he did play some matchup as the Pelicans did give him signed him to a 10-day contract right here. Bring him back. He played, some garbage time minutes. matchup tonight, it really didn't equate to anything. To be quite honest with you, he finished we played 12 minutes, had 1 assist in the matchup on all 3 shooting from the field. So we'll see better turnover from him once he gets a few more games under his belt. Yves in tonight's matchup, 28 minutes, 5 points, 10 boards, and it just wasn't a good affair at all. Julius Randle had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 17 from Jaden McDaniels, 17 from Anthony Edwards, 15 from Rudy Gobert with 11 rebounds, 13 off the bench from DiVincenzo, 11 from Jalen Clark, and the Pels. Nas Reed, 15 points, 5 boards, and 6 assists. And it's just more of the same tonight, fam. Pelicans go down in blazes.
What you talking about? More of the same.
More of the same, DC. More of the same. My brother, first and foremost, welcome on in.
The Pels won last game, and I was upset.
DC, I said more of the same. That is 19 and 52.
I saw a lot of things different.
Okay, all right. I'm talking about in the summation of the season, my friend. I'm talking about 19 wins versus 52 losses.
Man,
but you got the floor, brother.
Back, you know what I'm saying? That was different. You know what I'm saying? You had the new Najee / wannabe Brandon Ingram was out there.
Which app Najee was out there? Yes, he was.
Which app Najee was out there, and they finally played Antonio Reeves. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I see him get significant minutes, Big Q, I get mad, bro. Cause I'm like,
get mad.
This dude, he's solid, bro. I'm like, why haven't they been overloading him with minutes so we can kind of see, how far you can go? The dude had 34 points in the game. He had Dillingham and Reed Shepard, both people who went higher in the draft than him, and he was the leading scorer on that team. We still don't really know who Antonio Reeves is. And we got the end of the season. The boy was my bad. The young man was perfect tonight from the field, I believe, right?
He was 5 for 5, yes.
I'm just saying, I don't get this shit. We got a nothing season. Why he should have been getting significant minutes all season. He should have been at least getting the same minutes Hulk been getting. Even if you got to dial back a Jose or whatever, you're gonna play him. But this a lost season. We're not doing nothing. Why not make it developmental? It's just so stupid. But anyway, they did tonight, so I guess can't be too upset, right? Zion ain't play. Thank God. He probably would have beat Minnesota again. Zion ain't play. They went out there and they did what we thought they would do. I didn't think they would have 26 turnovers. Q, that's new. Even for
they get beat by 41 points.
That's pretty. Well, I know he's gonna get their ass kicked. I mean, we're a losing team with a garbage ass coach that his only call to fame was motivating people. He ain't no shit about X's and O's, and there's no more motivation. So
the motivation is over with.
The best thing he good at that don't even work no more. So I'm not surprised they got their ass kicked like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's play the young guys for the rest of the year, man. I'm interested in seeing what a guy like Antonio Reeves can do. Leave Alfred Payton out there. See how much you can maximize Alfred Payton if you have a role for him next year. Stretch Carlo. You know what I'm saying? See how far you can push Carlo and what he can do. I don't know how high I am on Timu Najee, but that shit, whatever. Throw Timu Najee out there. See what the hell he can do. You know what I'm saying? Push these guys to the limit and put them in significant situations to see what you have in these younger guys, man, because we don't want to win anyway. Use it as development, and they should have been doing this for a while, at least right after the All-Star break, if not before that, because we knew we wasn't going nowhere this whole year. And it took for them to let Trey Murphy get hurt, overloading him with minutes for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? But back to tonight. I thought the Pels did excellent tonight in getting the L and moving up the draft stock, putting us back in place where we're supposed to be for that. So that's about the only positive you could take out of it, other than the young guys getting minutes. So wasn't really a lot to be proud of tonight. You know, as Willie Green does his best impersonation as the McDonald's character with the burglar mask. What's that his name?
Well, let me ask you this, DC. Is that burglar mask getting bigger to you, brother? What you think?
Yeah, it's bad right now. Look at it. It's like the same color as the shirt right now, bro. It's pretty bad. I think Willie, he looked like he's getting gray hair and shit, man. Like he aged about 10 years this season, bro.
Yeah, it ain't been a good year for Willie Green, man. Definitely his verbiage he's a depressed coach, and his coaching is depressing all of us. So I mean, yes, it's not good.
I mean, he depressing himself. Look how he's standing at the podium. Look at that shit. Does that look like a confident man? Hey, at the podium. Look at this shit. He ain't even sitting up straight, man. What's going on with him, bro?
I don't know, brother. I think he just waiting to sneeze. I just think at the end of the day, man, it's just
he ready to go to sleep. To me, he look tired.
Well, we need to go ahead and ship this dude out of town. Let him get all the rest he wants as a backup guy. It's just this is ridiculous. Anyway, like you said, the Pelicans 19-52 currently. 2-8 out of the last 10 matchups. They are second in the West in terms of worst record. The Utah Jazz are 16-54, Pelicans in 19-52. Once again, it's a lottery. So the Pelicans have an opportunity to land one of the top 2 or 3 players in the draft. And hopefully Willie Green is not here to be able to get these guys to talk about coaching them up. I don't see how you would want him here to move forward. But DC, go ahead, bro.
Oh, my man Jaden, he's asking me for some barbecue chicken. I would say go down to what's the name of the arena for Minnesota?
Hold on, DC.
You got to go to Minnesota to get
Target Center.
Hey, you go down to the Target Center, you get on the court. They got a bunch of barbecue chicken right there for you, bro. Pelicans was getting fried, fricasseed, rotisserie, all that shit tonight. All the barbecue chicken you need. You know they're a little bland, so you might need to bring some extra sauce though.
Yeah, it was horrible, man, and we see tonight. But like y'all guys, like some of the family members are saying, man, about what the Pelicans got going on. I mean, it's just it's what it is in terms of them doing what they do, which is lose. And it's the Target Center. Well, and then on top of that, DC, it completes the regular season series between the T-Wolves and the Pels. The T-Wolves have won the regular season series 2-1 against the Pelicans after closing them out. Pelicans did sneak a win, 119-115 a couple of nights ago there, and T-Wolf says, "Nah, we're just gonna smash down on you without Zion, El Trey, and without any heart from the Pelicans at all." To let a team just do that to them. But like we said, man, we flashed to this, and it shows you what it's all about. It's the Pelicans are picked up their 52nd loss of the season. No surprise. All right, what is surprising, DC, is this. George Foreman passed away, man. Two-time heavyweight champion Foreman dies at 70.
This is a crazy day, bro. It's been a crazy week, too, with all the little Ricos on the rappers and stuff. And George Foreman passed away today. Yo Gotti done went to jail. Yeah, Yellow B the other day. The Big U, the dude from there's a lot of activity this week, bro.
I kind of knew Big U was going.
I think everybody knew, but to see it just unfold and how it's like a chain reaction. Lil Durk and Young Thug and just boom, 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 like they just going down the list, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy right now, but R.I.P. to George Foreman, man, true legend right there, bro.
Yeah, George Foreman.
I ain't never seen nobody go from the boxing ring and be successful in business like George Foreman, bro. George Foreman went from knocking fools out to selling you barbecue chicken grills, man. You know, he played no games, man.
Barbecue chicken grills, yes.
Yeah, he had everybody believing in that, boy. People thought you get your Foreman grill, you gonna lose weight because it drip all the fat off of it. It just a whole thing came with that, man. And it was his name too. Even though it was a brilliant marketing strategy, but Foreman getting up there, doing them commercials, man, very marketable guy. And you just seen him grow over the years from Muhammad Ali teasing him about being a big oaf and, not having much personality to being one of the biggest personalities in sports, man. True loss right there, man.
Yeah, George Foreman.
What did he die of?
They said, I don't remember. I don't think they mentioned it, DC. what they said he died of, and they just say he passed away, man. 76. They don't mention it in this article. I'm pretty sure if we dig a little bit, they probably would in another article, but they just give a breakdown of him through his career, some of the accolades, like you just make mention of the fact that he did win the heavyweight championship back in 1994 after losing it to Muhammad Ali in the 70s. He beat Michael Moore in the mid 90s to become a champion, a heavyweight champion again. And like you talked about the Foreman grills and how he just reinvented himself, man. Yeah, he became a preacher. You know, I think he's from Houston, and he kind of became a preacher. And he got rid of all the anger that he talked about he had early on, and you know, he was just one of them people that was a very awesome fighter, man. I just wanted to throw this at some of the family members who might not have heard that George Foreman passed away at 76. All right, let's pivot to
correction on my Yo Gotti news. I'm sorry, Stacy. There was some stuff floating around on there, but when I did a little digging deeper, they say he hasn't went to jail. But I don't think it could be too far behind, man. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. But a lot of that stuff with Young Dolph and his brother dying and contract hitters, man. Like a lot of these dudes and the contract hitters, you know, they getting jammed up, bro.
Yeah, he ain't lying. That whole Big U thing is interesting. I would love to know what
Yellow Beasley, the dude Mo 3, you know, from Dallas, man, the contract hitter, you know.
Yeah, these guys here going down in blazes, man, and we usually catch one out there down bad. He gonna flip on the other guys, and you're gonna see them all go down one at a time because you know the rats leave. Not to throw that term out there, man, but that's a real spill there, man. Rats leave the sinking ship.
I don't know. I'm from the old school, Q. They, you know, I ain't in that life. I ain't about to try to pretend like I am. But people who I know they always say, go by yourself. You're not gonna tell on you.
You ain't gonna tell on yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it is what
all right. Well, let me ask you this, DC, as we keep it moving, man. The Pelicans did re-sign Elfrid Payton to a 10-day contract. He was here, shouldn't have never left. The Pelicans did ultimately give him a 10-day contract, bringing him back into the fold. This is something that was talked about today. Michael Scotto threw it out there among other people. Pelicans will sign Elfrid Payton 10-day contract. 21 assists in the game early this season, averaged just under 7.7 assists, 3.4 rebounds, 1.4 steals in almost just less than 21 minutes of contest, with Elfrid Payton returning back to the Pelicans after spending some time with Charlotte. Thoughts on Elfrid Payton returning, man? He played tonight, didn't do too much.
I can't get past Marley, bro. I'm sorry. I started laughing as soon as he put up his comment there, man. I thought it was very timely. So Willie Green put a contract hit out on the Pelicans this season. That would be a conflict of interest, you would think, though, right, Marley? But it appears to be that way, you know, because this shit went horribly left. And I think we had enough decent players to where the Pels could have made this a contending season. At least they wouldn't have been championship contenders, but they could have contended for a playoff spot. I think they had enough talent out there to do that. But, you know, nonetheless, I still think it's a blessing in disguise to get the draft odds and be up in that slot. But no, I'm happy Elfrid Payton back, man. Me and Lex were just talking about this, Big Q.
They're listening.
We were talking about things that the Pels could do, and you know, I was like, man, they need 2 point guards at minimum. You know, shit, go get Elfrid Payton back, and then you swing for the fences on another point guard that's, you know, somebody that's really worth it. Whether you get them in the draft or you trade for them or you re-sign a Chris Paul or something, you need another facilitator. You know, and they brought Elfrid Payton back, man. I think that's good. I think you should go ahead and give him a minimum level contract and just have him on the books for next year. You ain't got to pay him a lot.
No, he ain't a lot of money.
He can bring you production. Like, if anything, right. Elfrid Payton, I think, if he had, me and one of my friends was talking about this too, and he was like, man, Elfrid Payton just can't shoot free throws, and he can't hit three-pointers. Like, you can't be no starting point guard in the league. But nonetheless, he could be a backup. you just crucial moments in the game. You might want to have him in the game at the end of the game because of his free throw shooting, But Alfred Payton is a solid pickup to me, man. Good insurance policy for Jose. Or you probably can play him with Jose because he's a bigger guard.
Yeah, he can play off Jose.
He can play off of Jose. He's a very intelligent player, and he knows his limitations. What I like about Alfred Payton, man, he know what he good at, and he know what he not good at, and he stays in his lane far as what he can do. And he's got a lot better handle, than you would think because he's not really flashy. But when you think about it, I don't see a lot of people picking his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And when he get in the rhythm, his passes are timely, they're on point, and they're accurate.
You see the floor well too, DC. Very well. She's
very good facilitating point guard, man. And the only thing that I think that held him back from being a perennial starter in the NBA and a lot of other teams having him is just his ability to score on the perimeter. Like he's not much of a shooter. And his type of level of point guard play the game and kind of, you got the Dames and the Stephs that came through, man. They completely transformed the point guard position. And your guys like him, and you remember like Andre Miller, although Andre Miller, I think, is better than Alfred Payton, obviously. But
yeah,
still, if I had to compare him, he's like a low budget Andre Miller. He's kind of like
the Timu
like Andre Miller. Nah, not quite Timu. I gotta give him more credit than that.
Which app?
Alfred Payton got he broke the franchise record for assists in the game for us, bro. He ain't Timu nothing.
He did that recently, DC.
He quality. His game just has limitations. You know what I mean? And it's primarily around scoring. He's a good defender. He's a solid rebounder. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good get, man, for what we paying.
What's higher, Wish app or Timu? What's more quality?
Timu probably better than Wish. Wish is like the bottom of the barrel, Q.
Okay.
I would actually buy some. I would buy some stuff off of Timu. Some of the stuff I see on Timu be like same stuff on Amazon and stuff. But Wish, I don't know, man. The Wish is like make a wish. You don't know what the fuck you go get.
All right, okay. Just asking. All right, let's talk about this. The next matchup, Pelicans faces Sunday. They got Detroit Pistons. We just seen this team not too long ago. We're gonna see them again, bro. Pistons are 39-31, 18-16 at home. Pelicans 19-52, 7-29 on the road. Now Zion Williamson is supposed to. They estimate his return to be available for this game. They're saying
why?
Because people want to see Zion Williamson. And if he's healthy, he should play. He in DC, and listen, and that should be the case, bro. After so many games of watching Zion miss, and even though we know it's a lost season, you talked about some of these young guys getting an opportunity to play. Zion Williamson need to be in there too, bro. Now is the time where he getting all these live game reps. They're allowing that. I don't know, with this back contusion situation that probably will suck him back up under the minute restriction.
That's bullshit. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Well, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you know what that means. Injury means injury restriction has returned.
Yeah, I like Zion playing, but I don't know. I'm just conflicted because I just want them to get the best draft odds, bro. So it's like, and then looking at what happened with Trey, the worst nightmare for me would be Zion playing in a game, the last 10, 12 or so games of the season, and he get hurt going into the offseason. To me, the risk ain't worth the reward to me.
I mean, if he's healthy, they got to play him, bro. I mean, there ain't fans or buts about it. He still needs, if he's healthy enough to play, he needs to play.
I just put it on the Pels, man, of having a season that's so garbage to where I even have to think like that. It's like, when else I would never typically say nothing like this, but it's like, we got 19 wins on the season? Like, what's the fucking point? Like, why risk him?
No, it's not 19. It's far less than that, bro.
We got 19 wins, bro.
I don't think you got 19 left.
No, 19 wins on the season.
Oh, yeah, yes. 1952.
But that's the only reason. If we had a good coach, right, and let's say the draft pick didn't matter because we know our whole starting lineup, everything was set, we had a vision and all of that, I say, yeah, play him, man. Build momentum going. We don't know anything, bro. So we might as well just cut your losses.
I know, bro. I hear what you're saying, bro, but for the next 13 games, I believe the Pelicans are stuck with, that is just what they're going to have to handle. I know Sunday will probably be the game with Zion plays because they have a back-to-back Sunday and Monday. So they have Detroit. They go to Detroit, and then the Pelicans come home Monday for Philadelphia, and then they don't play until Friday. So they play Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, no games. And then the Pelicans then play again to start the 3-game stretch with Philly. I'm sorry. Monday is the 24th, so they have Philly. Then Friday, that's a big gap of space. Monday and Friday, they'll have the Golden State Warriors, and then the 30th, which will be the last game of March, in the Smoothie King Center, they'll have Charlotte on that Sunday, and then April starts, and then they'll go out through the April schedule, starting off with the Clippers and ending Sunday, April the 13th with OKC. 13 games remaining, man, for the Pelicans in a horrible, tragic season. And like I said, a lot of people saying that, though, bro. A lot of people believe that why are we still playing Zion Williamson? Because people want to see Zion. You know, if he's healthy, he should play in, and I'm not going to pretend like he doesn't need the reps, because maybe, you know, this is the time where we can start working on that mid-range game, man, for real. All right. So anyway, fam, that's a couple of things.
I hear you, but I still disagree.
Why? How do you disagree? You just don't want him to get hurt? Is that what's going on?
There's nothing to gain. There ain't nothing Zion
can develop his game.
These last 12 games. That's going
DC, I disagree.
Fundamentally change anything.
I disagree, my brother. I'm saying there is something for Zion.
He already worked on the mid range. Every time you shoot a mid range, you make it. Done. Stop it. It's over.
What?
You just need to shoot more of them.
No, bro. No,
Every time I see him take a mid range shot, he hit it.
Bro, come on, bro. How many times he takes a mid range shot, DC?
He might take one every other game, if that. But every time he shoot it, he hit it.
Nah, bro. It's still stuff he needs to work on, bro.
It's a part of his game. He's just not, comfortable doing it all.
And you won't get comfortable doing it unless you do it.
He ain't gonna do that shit in 10 games under Willie Green. Stop it.
In 13 games with Willie Green that's remaining, it should be
games, because, you know, out of them 13, they already gonna mark him out for at least 3 of them, even if he is listed to possibly play through the end of the season. Come on, Q. I said it right. 10 games.
Well,
every 3 to 4 games, Zion gonna be out of game. Come on now.
Well, I will say 11 games. I will give you 11, and DC, I'm gonna tell you why. He's not going to play on Monday because that's the back-to-back. He got Detroit on Sunday, so he's not going to play Monday if he plays Sunday, and he's not going to play the April the 11th matchup when they take on Miami, because April the 10th they're battling Milwaukee. So the April 11th matchup against Miami, he won't play unless they suspend the minute restriction in the back-to-back games.
Why would they do that? It's the end of the season.
If he's healthy, he should play because
what?
Because has he ever finished the season healthy?
Yes, last year.
Yeah, was it really?
Last year he finished the season healthy.
Did he play?
He missed the playoffs, but he finished the season healthy.
He didn't finish the season healthy. You talking about the regular season? No, it's
we the Pels, man. It's the regular season all day.
So that's what we doing, DC. That's what we doing. We just going
I mean, we ain't played but 4 games without him, and we sucked.
Which games were those? Which games were those?
The ones where Willie Green should have got fired because of against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That was absolutely the worst, one of the worst showings I ever saw for a playoff team. Didn't expect them to beat OKC. Would have still been okay with them getting swept by OKC. But a Baron at the game 1, bro, them 3 games they had, it was absolutely atrocious, Q. Like they couldn't get anything going. And I've seen teams in the playoffs where they can't get anything going. But you see, like, just the grit, the fight, the effort, or you'll have a player that maybe has a 40-point game, leaving it all out. We had none of that shit to build off of. Nothing. And they roll Willie Green ass back up out of here, man. We should have disbanded all of this shit beginning of last offseason. We've been high on Brandon Ingram. I like Brandon Ingram, still do. And I was one of the people that said, don't trade him for KD and all that. After I saw what I saw in the playoffs, Brandon Ingram has got to go. Everybody, CJ got to go. Willie got to go. And they did nothing. And look what we got this year.
We got Murray. He got hurt. Came back, got hurt, gone.
The Murray trade was actually fucked up. And you remember this. We were okay with it because at the time, and it still is, it wasn't a bad deal. It just sucks that he got Achilles. Me and you were one of the people that wanted to keep Dice. You give up Murray. You fix the Brandon Ingram thing. You get a center or something else from them. Done. That would have been way worse than the alternative of what happened.
Well,
I mean way better, not way worse.
I mean, they give Dyson Daniels a lot of love in Atlanta, man. But like I said,
man got damn near 3 steals a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah. I think people overrate him as an offensive player. Dice has always been a solid offensive
always
player.
Been a solid defensive player, even when he played.
He's been a good to great defensive player. He was a solid offensive
solid
player.
Defensive player.
Nah, he was great, Q.
Yeah, right. I'm saying he's
solid. That's better.
I'm just saying, you know, I know the best is yet to come from him, but I'm just saying when we seen him, we knew his game was comfortable in terms of the defensive side, and people were kind of looking at the fact that they thought that they could develop him offensively, but he had size and everything else. He could distribute the ball. He can play. He can lock you down. Very intelligent, and like we said, they thought that they could develop that side of him. The Pels had that vision because to a degree, they wanted a big guard that can distribute and as well as play defense. And then they thought with Coach Fred can help him with his 3-point shooting, all this kind of stuff. And they just pivoted away, got DeJounte Murray, sent him packing along with several other people, and then here we are. But I like I said, after 1 year of the DeJounte Murray trade, bro, it's still a bit premature. But it is.
Yeah, go ahead. It is, but we always saw the vision for Dice, man. Like when I saw Dice out there with Herb and he was a better on-ball defender with Herb, I was like, man, I wasn't really into getting rid of him. Our thing I thought Trey Young would have been better coming over here, and you keep a guy like Dice. It
didn't materialize though. That's the whole thing. I think they wanted a little bit. They wanted Herb. Like you said, they wanted Herb in the mix.
Herb and Dice is redundant anyway. I mean that's why the Pels traded him, I think, because we don't have the creativity or the forward thinking to be able to play 2 players like that.
I like DeJounte Murray a lot. I just think that if Trey Young was the guy that they gave up, and you still had Zion and Trey Murphy the third along with Trey Young here,
I like
that would have been interesting. Even though he's undersized at the point guard.
It don't matter. You build your team with 3 and D guys, and you got another phenom in Zion, and you got a third scorer in Trey. You can make that happen. Everybody else is all hustle, all defense. But
Trey and Zion.
They just got to be able to knock down an open 3 ball. You know what I'm saying? But
they'll have them opportunities.
I thought that was DeJounte to me it's a good get, but it's not the home run hit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he makes your team better, but not that much. It ain't astronomically different with him. And then when we still had Brandon Ingram, it was really confusing because it's like, how are we going to make this work?
You have to worry about that now.
They fumbled the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, we got to see what they do with the Indiana pick that they got from BI, because we can already see your boy is not coming back, and we shouldn't sign him back. Bruce Brown, I don't see the point in that.
He gonna get paid, man. He unrestricted.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. Mm-hmm. We got Kelly. So basically, we got Kelly Olynyk and whoever they're able to draft next year for Brandon Ingram. So we got to see what that turned into. And if it's still this current regime of the Pels, it probably ain't gonna turn into shit.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think anything occurs with Willie Green getting fired, even though It's
So
19.
okay, let me ask you this, Big Q. If they don't fire Willie Green, what do they do? How can they possibly talk themselves into running this shit back?
What you call it?
They don't fire Willie Green.
What you think a pussy ass weasel gonna do, DC?
And David Griffin don't. The pussy ass weasel got to put somebody's head on the stake because
That's true.
everybody asking for blood. Like he got to if he don't put a head on the stake, everybody coming for his head.
Well, the head on the stake is going to.
I think a pussy ass.
There's a nose on the stake. Well, I mean, there's it's more nose on the stake than it is head, DC. But you might have a point. You got a point on that, brother.
I just don't see how you do it, Q. The only way you can keep Willie Green and David Griffin, right, is you have to completely revamp the whole medical staff again.
They won't do that.
That's the only justifiable way. You have to do something.
They don't even
bad of a season.
But they're not even
run everything back.
They're not thinking like that. They're not going to think about it.
I can tell you, the people are thinking like that.
I hear you with the people.
If you don't give the people what they want to some extent, how the fuck they think they're gonna sell tickets?
They're just going. This guy's delusional. You talking about what you call him? The paw?
Narcissist?
No, the paw.
Oh, pussy ass weasel. Pussy ass weasel.
So you got a guy like that, and yeah, he definitely going. I would have to agree with you that that's what weasels like that do. They put the Willie Green's nose on the chopping block. But I just think at the end of the day, man, I have zero faith in the Pelicans organization, bro.
See, it's cute. It's nice like tonight. It's nice like the other night, man. Even bad teams, bro, they don't consistently lose by 30 and 40 points, bro.
41 a night.
That is, you can't come back from that. You have lost the respect of your players to even compete. Like, no matter what lineup you put out there, you shouldn't have more than one, even a horrible season. You shouldn't really realistically have more than one 40-point loss in a season. We've had so many. We had at least 3 of them this year, right? Might be more than that.
Well, we just got destroyed by the Pistons 127-81 a few nights back.
We had 2 40-point losses in the span of 2 weeks. How do you
justify?
That's an indication on coaching. You can't get guys to buy in and do the bare minimum, which is just compete. You ain't even got to be good to not get beat by 40. You just got to keep playing hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't see how they look at that and realistically bring Willie Green back. I don't see how players who making a significant amount of money. That's right, my bad, Jaden, 1 week. I don't see how players making a significant amount of money allow them to bring Willie Green back. They have to, Q. They have to. If they're not firing Willie Green, then they have to get rid of David Griffin and go in a different direction with management.
Who's gonna fire Griffin?
Somebody put all type of assistance around Willie to help him do better or whatever the fuck. They gotta do something, man. They can't. What team in NBA history has had such a horrible season, and then after that season they did nothing?
They're gonna do something.
Even Memphis, man.
They're gonna get a lottery pick. They're gonna get a lottery pick, and they're gonna add a player here or there, bring a few guys back, and tool it up and do it again. Remember, they have no accountability. These people don't have any accountability, bro. They don't have any accountability at all. Who's gonna fire David Griffin? It won't be Gail Benson. She's dumb. She's not gonna go. She don't know nothing about no basketball, bro.
They're going to force the inevitable anyway. Like it's going to happen. If you don't fire him now, you're going to have to fire him in the middle of next season because people are not going to go to the games, and they're not going to win. If he's the coach, he's going to find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, Willie Green is literally.
You got to think.
You have to look at Willie Green and at itself and at the very least and understand that the guy is a complete. He is no head coach. He's nobody's NBA head coach. He's not an NBA pro head coach. Anything.
He's a putz. That's the word.
He is. Yeah, he's basically a do boy. He's a do boy. He's a puppet. He's spineless. He doesn't protect his players. When guys get hacked and stuff like that, he just stands up there, looks confused. I mean, he is completely just a absolute puppet. Whatever David Griffin tells him, and that's why I keep saying the same thing. Is like the Pelicans need to have a coach that don't take no shit from nobody. And David Griffin, I don't think he hires that guy because that guy will cause problems for David Griffin because that guy will see David Griffin as the garbage that he is.
Well, I mean,
And
that's any
his
competition.
narcissism will that's what's really killing the team. His narcissism is the thing that's really hurting the Pelicans. That's the whole thing. He doesn't hire anybody. He don't hire people like a general manager position. He hires this guy. The season's about to end, and this guy hadn't held one goddamn press conference by himself at all. He's an NBA
Woody.
general manager.
Come on, Q. Nah. You call the man Woody from Toy Story. You know what happened to Woody from
Not
Toy
this
Story?
clown. Not this clown. This dude is the president. I'm talking about. He don't know shit. I'm talking about.
But Woody from Toy Story, when you turn the lights on, you know he just play dead. You know what I'm saying? That was Woody from Toy Story, dude. So you
Ted Bundy looking motherfucker.
Yeah, even Ted Bundy, you know, he did all this. He did all this shit at night.
This is how Ted Bundy looked before he turned. There's that just like this right
here.
Here.
In the daytime, he just smiled like that. You know,
smile and cool, and then
nice
when the
person,
nighttime, you know? At the nighttime, ladies, watch out. Here we go. That's what this guy was. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, man, it's just you look at what the team has gotten going on, and it's just one of them situations where that like I said, the vision of the team. I have zero confidence in the Pelicans because this guy is above David Griffin. They don't see his narcissism. They don't see how the team has no direction. They're not doing. You have to evaluate the team, and these guys, both of these guys, either whether it's her or him, they know absolutely nothing about what's going on with this team. They're distracted doing other things that are not basketball related. So they totally leave it up to him, and they will lie and detract and allow him to stay up there and mess it up. And I keep saying that it's simple to do. Willie Green is not an NBA head coach. His motivation stinks. He's supposed to be defensive centered. His defenses consistently fail. I don't care what players you got out there. If you're an NBA head coach, you're supposed to be coaching these guys up. You made a great point. Pelicans consistently getting blown out by 40 points, and he gets up on the press conference with that raccoon mask on, and they're getting darker and darker by the day. I'm just sick of Willie Green because it's the same spiel over and over again from. Thank you, son. That's the same spiel over and over again from Willie Green that he just continues to do over and over again. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. But in order to fix it, DC, you got to have people at the top of the organization that knows basketball and number one knows winning. And these people do not know any of that. He's in the perfect spot where he can sit up here and bullshit these assholes for the next 5 to 6 years and revamp the team and everything, moving around flim flam. Then at the player level, we don't have players. We got a lot of nice players here who go along with what's going on in the organization. They're not bucking nothing, bro. The team's losing. They're not bucking the vision. They're not pushing David Griffin to do stuff like even Wemby did that with the Spurs. Told him, hey man, listen, I want to win right away. And they did their best. They went out and got Foxy and brought him there and didn't give up anything to get him. Pelicans sitting there watching it happen. So at the end of the day, you got to have people that's intelligent. Not just in basketball is one thing, but being intelligent enough to be able to put the right people in place. And Dennis Lauscher and Gail Benson doesn't know anything about basketball, and they're over relying on the third man, which is this guy whose championship comes by way of LeBron.
Thank you, brother. I was getting scared. That's why I was trying to interrupt a little bit.
I had to go get my gun. This guy was allegedly singing to Zion Williamson on the piano, even though he denied it. The floor is yours, DC.
Now, like right now I just feel weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared. It's just like a weird energy in the room. You know, like when you got a confused person around you. You know, what the hell going on, man? Like, what is this? What's this guy's angle? What you want? You know, when somebody like this walk up to you and they start smiling, like, man, what you want? Let's just get straight on all this. Hey, how you doing? What's your name, man? Shut the fuck up. What you want? What you want?
Me sing this song to you on our piano.
Man, I don't want no goddamn song. Get out my face. You know what I'm saying?
DC, you do not want to hear our song,
No,
my song for you.
no.
No.
You don't have, you don't have talent. I can look at you and tell you don't have talent.
Well, yes, they do bullshitting as a talent, DC. I don't know what you're talking about.
That ain't talent, that's a skill. Because anybody can learn that. You know what I'm saying? That's not a talent. You know, talent is God given. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think that's God given?
He's learned how to be a pussy ass weasel. God don't bless that Q. They had plenty of other
that's right,
greater
DC,
things he could have been. You know what I'm saying? He chose to be a pussy ass weasel. This is what he.
You can't say it like
do.
that. That's wrong for you to call him, man.
I'm just saying that what the man chose, bro.
DC, I'm just saying, brother. You can't call a man
what?
That unless you said it in the Pimp C tone. You can't say it.
He chose to be a pussy ass weasel. You know what I'm saying? That's what he chose to be.
I just see how breaking down in the Pimp C style, brother. You just
He wanted to be that, man. You know, and I'm all for him being that. Just not with the Pelicans, man. Get the fuck away from us. But my thing is, with everything that happened, and I was telling you about.
DC, hold on, David Griffin sent this file here. He wants you to listen to it. Here we go.
Okay.
That's the shit he was playing for Zion, bro. Go ahead, DC full.
How does this shit translate to win it?
It makes you feel better.
That? What I'm supposed to do with this shit, man? So you came up here at what they said is like 1 a.m. to play that shit for me?
Yeah, that makes you feel better. That's if you have all that planned throughout the facility. You got speakers when you walk in the Pelicans.
I had to call security on his ass, man.
You can't. Yeah,
get him out of here, man. What you do with that? I'd have been so mad, bro. Like I didn't play the game. We on the road, and you come up to my room with this bullshit. Cause it had to be after a game or something. I know he ain't go to Zion house Zion probably would have let his pit bulls or something out in the yard, man, before he got up to the door with this bullshit.
But Zion, a nice guy, he probably wouldn't have thrown them out of there. He'd probably just let them finish playing the piano.
I can't let no man do this shit, Q.
Can't let him play the piano, bro. Look at him playing.
It was 12 at night, 1 a.m.
Something like that. It was very weird.
What you trying to do?
Look at his slow hands. I don't think he's really playing his piano, DC.
He got arthritis, Q. He playing with the other hand. He got arthritis in that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
The other hand.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that David Griffin played the piano for Zion.
But man, they have to do something, bro. If they're not firing Willie, they got to fire him. You look at all the other teams in the league that lose at this rate and have such an embarrassing season like that, you know, even the incompetent teams, they will make some changes. Even Memphis last year with Taylor Jenkins, you know, he was supposedly on the hot seat this year, but they went and they changed their medical staff. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to eat this shit. Somebody has to be accountable for such a sorry ass season. You can't just look and be happy you got a draft pick. They have to have accountability for why this didn't happen. Oh, it was the injuries. Well, who's accountable for the fucking injuries? Or if it's just because they're injured, right? Well, who's accountable for putting together a roster of people that got injured? Somebody has to be accountable for something. It ain't magic. It ain't just, you know, you snap your fingers 3 times and you got injured. Like it's a reason for everything, man. Nothing don't happen purely by chance.
Bro, they don't think like that. And you know they don't.
They have to, Q. If they're in the business of making money, because they're in the business of making money. And if they trot out another bullshit season similar to this, like they'll lose the whole fan base for another 5 to 6 years. It'll take them 5 to 6 years to rebuild back up the little momentum that they had. Because if Zion acts out, Trey Murphy acts out, you're in perpetual rebuilding mode. You've now become officially the Washington Wizards. Okay,
That's
so
bad.
right, so it's gonna be a lot of empty arenas, a lot of nothing basketball before you get back to a significant level of competing. And can Miss Benson hold on to this franchise? Like the increasing ticket sales ain't gonna work. They're gonna begin them shits out at Smoothie King again. You know what I'm saying? You get a smoothie, get a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Just anything to try to get people in there. You, your whole family, your mama, your daddy, me, and my whole family gonna be able to go to a Pelican game for the grand price of $15. Q. We get everybody in there. That's what we're gonna be back to. And you're gonna be able to go sit at the bottom. That's how it's gonna feel in the arena. Very peaceful and quiet.
Oh man. But DC, that is the spirit. We've literally captured the spirit of the Pelicans organization.
Pussy ass boys.
Because it's a soft organization, bro. They're a soft team. They're not tough. These people are not tough at all, man. Because Willie Green's a simp. He's weak. His verbiage is non-aggressive. David Griffin always talking about good human beings. He doesn't like bad human beings, or even neutral in between human beings. Is either good or nobody, and that usually translates to soft ass people. We need dogs. We need people in there that's willing to get their hands dirty, as a team. And the mentality, the psyche of the team is just not there. Like I said, in my suggestion, GC, we talk about this all. Okay, Willie Green's the problem. David Griffin, aka PAW, is the problem. The evil octopus, Doc Ock, David Griffin. What's the solution? I say we fire both those guys and hire the assistant VP or whatever the character is, the man from the Boston Celtics, and Sam Cassell as the coach. You'll turn this stuff around instantaneously. You'll turn it around right away because you at least get the temperament to winning from a class organization that has a storied past and a traditional and consistent way of winning. Now, this Golden State stuff, people like all that didn't pass, man. You got to go with what stays. Boston is an organization that's steady. You have to do that. You have to take that into your organization and build from there. This David Griffin guy cannot be counted on. Shout out to Jaden. He make mention of the secret contracts, which is very true. They did the secret contract with Willie Green a couple of years.
You got to hit the button even when you say it.
Well, they did that as well. They did the secret contract, and which was really a shitty move and a sneaky move that they did. That was terrible. But at the end of the day, like I said, his press conferences, notice they done disappeared. The last press conference he did when he addressed the Pell Nation, he snuck it in the same day when the Saints announced Kellen Moore as the head coach. So he snuck the press conference in because he knew that he wouldn't be the fulcrum of the media attention. It would be Kellen Moore being hired as the Saints coach. All this is strategic. He used to like to get out front and banter about, but he's been monitoring these airwaves, and he hears people are not happy about his rhetoric. They're not buying into his rhetoric because you've been here for 7 years. You have not produced or delivered what you promised you were going to do. There is no accountability. The team is weak. The team keeps getting injured. You're not solving the problems. And whatever you're doing,
making more problems.
Right. Whatever you're doing, you don't have a plan. Your plan is constantly moving. And it's just a lot of political crap. He has a political science degree. That is the reason why he got all that bullshit going on with him. But that ain't going to fly here. We don't want to hear that here in New Orleans. And I think he kind of underestimated that. So, and then he picks weak people. Like I said, I like Swin Cash, but I ain't like the rest of those people that's around him. I don't like how they behave.
I like her personality, but I like what she do.
You think she? Let me ask you this, DC, because that's a good point. And shout out to our guys on Instagram listening to us. Shout out to you. I see y'all, fam. Appreciate it.
Maybe she's just in charge of setting up the hotels. I don't know what's when.
I don't think she set up she ain't the assistant, DC. They got people that do that.
What does she do, man? Like, where is this?
She's a vice president too, but yeah, the job title is kind of murky to say the least, bro. I mean, if you
I
kind of
like to
delve,
see some disgruntledness, something like I
you
don't
don't
see
see none of that.
I
You
don't
don't
see
see none of that.
anything like so. I can't at this point. At least me, I
It's
respect
pretend
your
games.
opinion. I like the image of Swin. I think she's an excellent talker. She definitely had an excellent basketball career. I like some of what she has to say, but far as showing, I don't know if I want anybody in this organization, man. But I almost can assure you, getting rid of David Griffin and putting anybody in that seat would be better. Obviously.
I ain't lying, brother. You ain't
You could
lying at
pick
all.
you could pick anybody and put them in that
Anybody.
seat. Other than like the money people like Dennis Lauscher, he probably fuck up just as bad.
Oh, he
But
don't know nothing.
anybody that with some type of basketball competence that we have here, and you just throw them in that seat, they would do way better than David Griffin, bro. I guarantee
Yeah.
you.
They got
Not only he-
basketball operation. Do you see him at the top? He's executive vice president of basketball ops. Bryson Graham, who's basically an invisible chair, is the general manager, and Swin Cash is the senior vice president of basketball operation and team development, whatever that is. And we need to reach out to her to come here and have her to explain it to us. And also maybe she can give a clearer plan on what's going on with this team without spilling out all these platitudes that David Griffin do. You can't get a straight answer out that guy. And the other guy, Bryson Graham, is like I say, he's an invisible chair. He, you call to him, he hides under the table and won't come out unless David Griffin grabs his hand and sit at the table with him. So I mean, this is really a joke, man. To be honest with you, how they ran, it's totally pathetic, and it shows. So you think you're gonna pivot to a lottery selection and one potential free agent signing that won't be a blockbuster free agent signing, and then say, well, we're healthy again, we'll swing it again. What if injuries impact you next year? What you gonna do the following year? Just lie and just come up with injuries as an excuse the following year, which you can't do it because you've been doing that for the last 5 years or more with the Pelicans organization, blaming injuries for why the team underperforms, why they're not developed as such, not team development, not how the team is currently constructed. And then remember, he said this year in the press conference, oh, we kind of need to focus on building the team stronger to absorb the injuries. I'm like, he's saying this in 6 years as a team. This is how dumb this guy is. This is how dumb this guy is. We've been saying that, man. We've been telling you the whole damn time what's wrong with this team, because I don't think there's anybody out there except the dedicated Pelican Nation that watch every one of these stinking games for years and know exactly what the problem is with this team. These people, and like I see with David Griffin, he doesn't have a plan. Every year it shifts and every year it turns. And now it's pivoting to a lottery selection will be the answer to the Pelicans having success in the future. A rookie. Well, the rookie is supposed to be Michael Jordan, DC, because that's pretty much the only one that's going to give you some goddamn help if you talk about contending for champions.
LeBron James.
I'm about to tell you, LeBron James ain't in this damn draft. That's all.
You need a combination of things. I think a rookie can definitely help, and it would be enough excitement, in my opinion, to hold things over from a standpoint of giving you something to look at or look forward to, and it would impact winning, marginally in the beginning, because rookies don't know how to win. They got to go through that process. That's why you always put vets around them. But we're gonna have a tough go at it.
And the coach is not a coach. Don't forget the coach. Don't forget your coach.
Well, the coach is everything. A coach comes in, he can have everything, looking all gravy, but after a certain amount of time, people get hip to the scheme or they catch on to what you're doing, and that takes a hit. But that could work for us because you'll have guys like DeJounte, Herb, Trey, coming into form, towards the middle of the season into 2026. So if you had a competent coach and the addition of a rookie that can be, a great to very good player or just a good player in the future, I think you can do some 500-ish type stuff with Zion, or maybe better than that, depending on the level he raises his game to. You could have something here that generate a lot of excitement that can overcome, their raising ticket prices. If you raise the ticket prices, like, you're putting more pressure on yourself. I don't know if they realize that, but when you raise the ticket prices, people are expecting you to perform. Like if you want them to pay. Now, everybody loves a winner, and New Orleans is definitely a city where we love to go out and do stuff, even during the week. Like this is one city where it's a party all the time. You know what I'm saying? So during the week, in other places, people be living for the weekend, right? In New Orleans, people will go out on a Wednesday night, on a Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? We just have that type of culture. So if they're winning, then I think they'd find a way to fill the arena. And you say they don't care, and the sad part about that, I believe you. And it just shows how stupid and out of touch they are. Because this city supports winners. Everybody be like, it's not a basketball city, right? It's a football city. We're a football, state. We're the South. Like everywhere in the South is football. But I think more so people from here, it's just like anywhere else, though. They love winners. And they love to be out and partying and doing stuff in the streets. So if you have a team that's winning, all the other shit gonna take care of itself. Like you're gonna be able to raise the ticket prices. Nobody's gonna care. It's still gonna go because they're looking for something to do on a Tuesday or Wednesday night anyway, if it's worth doing. But people here, we're a little spoiled in a way because you have a lot of good times. Nobody ain't about to waste their time, miss their sleep, and spend all this goddamn money to be watching no loser. I'm just saying, man, it's too much of an effort you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? And you can be doing better stuff with your time.
Like I said, man, I want to see change happens because a lot of the teams that started doing, went on their courses to change and turn the organization around, started around the same time we did. OKC started their stuff. Minnesota started their stuff to do what they do, make their moves. And, it's just been really very, very disappointing, because like I said, where accountability does not exist, there will not be success. And a lot of the wins that we see helping with the Pelicans is because we've seen our players just out efforting. They had their individual talents, right? Zion Williamson being a matchup nightmare who can, when his mind is made up, he's going to score the basket. He's going to make things happen when his mind is made up. But as far as team-based concept and what they're doing and identity, DC, I don't see any of that. And I think that's a big problem. Like the temperament is soft because the coach is soft. He is very soft. He doesn't get mad. He gets mad at the weirdest times when it's just, the guy is just really out of touch, man. He basically, like I said it before, and I'll say it again. He basically sold his soul for this job. He was not going to get a head coaching job anywhere. And he took these weird parameters that David Griffin gave him, which was to accept the job based on him accepting all these other coaches, that he had to pick the coaches that he want, all that. We covered all of that. That guy said, I'll do whatever you want. And Willie has told the line, he's done everything that David Griffin told him to do. He's not, he's a total a tool. He's a total puppet and a company man. He doesn't fight for his players. He literally told people that he's not going to pick up any fines. He wants to keep his money in his pocket. This is stuff that he says. So at the end of the day, man, I want him to be fired. I really do. And I want David Griffin to be gone. And I think we should look for talent. Sam Cassell should get a coaching job. He will turn this thing around because he's serious about basketball. Griffin can't pick Cassell to be the head coach because him and Cassell will conflict because Griffin wants the credit of turning the Pelicans around and making them respectable. It didn't work with him, and what happened with Trajan Langdon, when Langdon wanted to make his own selections, he was trying to get out of here because David Griffin was smothering him. He's not a chill guy that hires somebody to let him do it. He's an octopus. We've been saying this for years, that he likes manipulating guys. He manipulates the medical staff. He manipulates his general manager. He manipulates the dumb big nose head coach. He manipulates these people, and he tries to get credit for constructing something. All he did is built a rotten ass basketball cult that can't seem to consistently do anything and just pivot to blaming injuries like nobody else is impacted by them. That's as real as commentary you're going to get about the Pelicans. There's no fluff, no garbage, no bull crap. Why the Pelicans stink and they're a joke is because of these type of people. And they don't recognize them, but we see them very clearly. The message won't change until we get these people out of here. They need to leave for us to have sustained success. The problem is there is no leadership at the top of this organization. There is no concept of identity. There's only a dribbling political weak shield and his dumb big nose puppet operating in his invisible general manager. That's what's going on. You're not going to win with clowns and simpletons, marks and spineless jellyfish like that. That's that real spiel. All right. Shout out to you, Mary. Thank you for this beautiful super chat here. DC, could you highlight that, sir? Okay. Yeah, I like Mary's comment.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. It ain't working for me.
Is it working for you?
No.
There you go.
All right.
All right. She says,
appreciate you, Mary Kay.
You want to read that, DC? That's 32.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 32, man. Cancel my league pass for the rest of the season early this month. So I decided to give it to PPR instead.
Shout out to you.
I want to say thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
And shout out to you, man.
We definitely appreciate it, because boy, it get hard doing this shit. This year, this has been the most challenging year podcasting this show I think I've ever had. I don't know if I can speak for everybody else, but this has been the roughest year. And you know the crazy thing about that? I took a goddamn 3 to 4 week break in the middle of the season. And it's still this has been the hardest year podcasting the Pelicans post-game report I've ever had.
DC, so we had a lot of years.
I wanted to cancel on the Pels too, man, because you know after like the first month of the season, we know where this was going. We know where this was going. My man Stacy, got to give Stacy some props. Stacy in the off season, and we were arguing with him. Nah, Stacy ain't gonna be that bad. You know, maybe they definitely not gonna win 50 games or 49 games, but they ain't gonna be that bad. Yeah, Stacy was right.
Yeah, it's been difficult, man, and that's what I was saying, man. It's just that you got to face the reality. Like these things could be fixed. If injury is the problem, improve the health staff. They have millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, to do it. They can hire the sports medicine side best doctors. If it's soft tissue injuries, you can hire the best of the field to deal with the soft tissue injuries. If there's this, is that, and the third, or whatever the case, you can hire the best people. They have the financial resources to make or severely reduce the injuries that these players are having. They have the resources to do it. They only need the money to pay the doctors. They don't have to use the Ocean Health Network, which they're using, and it's not bearing fruit. It's not. So, like I said, it's a ton of other things going on here, but at the end of the day, man, that's what I focus on. Like if injuries are so big of a problem, then you need to hire better doctors. Mm-hmm. You need better technology, better equipment. If it's injuries are hurting you to the point, DC, where you can't even compete, then you need to open your pocketbook and you really need to bring it. It's an answer for everything. I don't buy this excuse letting, and this is all an excuse because they said and they don't do nothing to fix it. They're not backing away from Oshner. They're not leaving these people alone. They just recommitted to him. What I say a couple of months ago when we covered it, they recommitted to him again while blaming injuries. Right. They doubled down on it, which means that's some BS, people. That's God. That's a lie. That excuse about injuries is that if they were really serious, why double down on that stuff? Why not back away from Oshner, find another health system, or better yet, just hire your own doctors? You could afford it. But, you know, like I said, man, we're not going to let them make it on that. All right. So once again, thank you. Appreciate you so much for that. Mary, shout out to you, Queen. Appreciate you. Lex is in the building. Lex, how you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, Lex?
I'm doing all right. Hold
on. They're in the circumstance.
Hold on. What's going on here? This ain't right, DC. This ain't right at all. Lex come up. We got beat by 41 points, and Lex
they done took the brown paper bag off Lex, man. Lex did just turn the camera off on him.
Yeah, they done beat my girl Lex into submission, man.
Damn. It's bad, bro.
How y'all
Lex,
doing?
Very
doing good,
very,
Lex.
very, very
right.
bad, bro.
Fair.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. Don't start that, DC.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Look,
it's very, very bad. He ain't lying.
Did you
He ain't
fulfill
lying.
Big Q on what?
You ain't lying.
What we talked about on the
Nah.
Look,
it was a slip of word. The first time I just had to keep going with it. I was like, I'm gonna just keep going with it.
Did you get that, Big Q?
No, DC, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, we did a wrap it up speech at the end of the show.
No, you mean strap it up.
Wrap it up. What the hell?
I meant to say wrap it up. I said strap it up. And you know what, Q?
Damn, DC, we kind of threw that turn in you, brother.
Everybody thought it was so funny, bro. I just kept doubling down on it, bro. I said, well, might as well keep going.
We had some great commentary on that stream. Oh, hallelujah.
We went from talking about the Pelicans losing to Anthony Edwards not taking care of his kids. I don't know how the hell we got away with that, Q.
Isn't that Jordan's boy? Isn't that Jordan's boy, DC? So I don't know, brother. What's going on?
Like Jordan.
That's a Jordan baby if I ever seen one, man. I'll tell you what. But
man strapped up. Did he?
I don't think so.
Well,
you might be doing that now, man. But yeah, man, that's definitely a Jordan baby.
He had a pretty rough go at it, man.
You ain't lying.
I think he up to like 3 right now. I don't think got like 3 baby mamas.
I thought it was
Is it 3?
I thought it was 4.
What about the dude from Houston? What's the brother name? Don't he got a bunch
of pop up every week? Something like that.
Yeah, this is.
You
not
said
good.
Who got a bunch? Q?
Oh, you talking about Jalen Green?
Yeah, Green. Don't he got something going on with something going on?
He with an elderly woman. He just with an
elderly woman.
Don't say that.
Nah, he with like he like 22 he got a 40-year-old girlfriend with a kid.
Don't you know this thing?
What that boy doing, man? What he doing?
Her oldest son is the same age as Jalen.
That is wild.
I'm
not gonna lie. The lady she's a very attractive lady. But you know, Gilbert Arenas running around doing stories how he was getting head in the car with the girl.
Okay, DC. DC, set up to calm down. DC, calm down.
Tell the truth.
Nothing but the whole truth, but help you guys. It wasn't just him.
Right. It's a lot of other people got these stories. Like it
wasn't just him, DC.
It's like Brittany Griner, but worse. Well, not Brittany. What's the girl name?
Brittany Griner. I know it ain't Brittany Griner. I know you lying now.
The other Brittany.
Oh my God!
I know you lying now, DC.
What's the other Brittany?
It wasn't just him. It was
shit. Our boy's deeper than yours, boy. What you talking about?
It was quite a few. You gotta let him know. Don't be putting out all his dirt like that. It was more. Okay.
Somebody said, "Boy, ain't that what's his name from Baton Rouge? Gates used to be girlfriend. They saying he's dating.
No, not her. That's not the same girl.
Oh,
okay.
God.
She's not from here.
Yeah, DC equals dirty confession. That's right. It's no longer damage control.
These are my dirty confessions. Hey man, you gotta tell
dirty confessions.
You gotta tell the truth, bro.
Look at that note. You gotta get on top of it, big kid. You gotta get on top of it. Come on now.
Boy,
What's
Lex,
up,
I got my
Lex
vocal.
to be a
I said I got my vocal coach.
coach.
Lex is the vocal
Boy,
coach.
Lex gonna get. I'm gonna have to come to Lex and get some singing lessons, bro. Lex gonna get on you, bro. Maybe you get
Oh
it
yeah,
right.
hey,
That's
from the
right, Slim.
depths
So
of your
Brittany
diaphragm.
Renner.
That's
Brittany
DC
Renner.
new
That's right.
podcast, Dirty Confessions.
Oh my goodness, we getting all over the place, y'all. Shoot.
Hey man,
Oh,
you want us to be depressed and sad,
look,
Lex? We gotta
look,
do
it's
something.
like
The
why?
Pels ain't entertaining.
Why?
We gotta do something.
Yeah, Brittany Renner. That's what you mean,
Yeah,
DC.
that's what I was
Brittany
trying
Renner.
to say. I don't know how that turned into Brittany Griner.
But she's done chilled out on all that. Isn't that the lady that says she's now not doing anything? She done had enough, so she's backing off all everything.
She
I
got
think
her,
I seen her
yeah,
on.
she got her job on.
I mean,
Does she have a job with her job?
Her job, and you know
and
that
she
changed
was
everything.
she was airing out a
She
lot
got
of
her job without a job.
with Shannon Sharp.
What, Lex?
She was airing out a whole lot of stuff with Shannon Sharp.
Of course she was.
How many people were you doing?
Oh my goodness!
Right.
If you turn around and ask Shannon that, man, Shannon.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you've had enough honey if you're doing that much. That's a whole lot of D.
Dirty confession.
She had so much she had to go celebrate and take a break, huh?
Yeah,
bro.
that's a whole lot of D.
Dirty confession. Go ahead, DC.
Look, I was being specific. A whole lot of D.
I can't say we can't say that one, Lex.
That's
We gotta leave that one to
you.
Yeah, it would be. But if DC said that, shit, it'd be like, what? I had to bust that Westbrook on DC if he followed up on that one. But yeah, this is. But as far as the Pels tonight, man, we having fun with it. But y'all know, just like we know, man, Pelicans ain't. Once again, another night, the Pelicans don't give us very much to talk about. To be honest with you. They got beat down by 41 points tonight. Willie Green got up there. His mask is getting blacker and blacker by the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, he should be fired. Willie Green should be fired. This team is not performing. If you have a young team is one thing, but this team is not competitive. He needs to be fired. He needs to go. We have 13 games left.
Hold on, Big Q. Hey, Tasha. Tasha looking for some attention.
Okay.
She said DC must have gone to his baby all fall. I hate to inform you, Tasha. I do not get down with petroleum jelly. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's in the liquid form. I'm gonna leave that shit to Diddy. It seemed like David Griffin might use baby doll on top of his head or something.
You know what? Look, we need to go to another subject because just the image of that.
Yeah, DC, why you put that up there, brother?
You torture everybody. You torture everybody. We're putting these dudes' faces up there. Yeah, like should have been up here. He put Woody from Toy Story face up here and Ted Bundy, some weird combination. I had to go get my gun, Lex. I was scared as hell.
Jaden, I hope not. I hope we aren't doing community tonight. The timing of that was really interesting. All right, what we doing, y'all?
Q, bro. You scamming people, bro.
Hey.
It's a goddamn serial killer, bro. What is you doing?
Bro, let me tell you something.
Like that? Why is he pale like
I gotta tell it like it is, man.
If I ever saw a demon in the flesh, I would think it would look like that.
You know what?
I'm just saying, bro.
Similar to a Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe a young Mitch McConnell.
No, Down syndrome.
Like an ancestor. I said an ancestor, but you know what I'm talking about. He's down the line. You know what?
You don't talk about your
PP.
DC, don't talk
Look at
about BP like that,
See,
bro.
you see how everybody get quiet when you brought
You
his face
know
up?
what?
It's so weird.
I thought about what you
Just
just
a
said as
weirdo.
far as like,
The man just want good people around him. DC, what's
Look,
wrong with that?
look, guys. Let me ask you something. Look at him.
Go ahead, Lex.
Does this look like a man who uses oil? Because he's happy about it.
He looked like a used vacuum cleaner seller. Just coming to your doorstep to sell you some shit you don't need. Some bullshit.
Used vacuum sale.
Yeah,
he sells org vacuums. He sells org vacuums, dog. That's what he does.
Used ones, Q, not the new ones.
Dyson vacuums.
Hey, Big Q, Slim is recognizing you.
Oh, thank you.
With that button on tonight.
Shout out to my dog Slim. Shout out to you, brother. We in that thing.
Marley said he looked like the stub of somebody with no arm. You know what I'm saying? Like that little nub right there. When they arm gone. See that what he looked like?
Yeah, very weird looking, bro.
Just draw a face on the bottom of one of them.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Slim Marley came up with that, man. He looked like an Easter egg with a goatee.
Oh, dang. Man, that was a good one right there, man. Go back to the picture real quick. I mean, just these comments with the pictures, like, wow, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but Lex, what they giving us, man, tonight? We ain't got nothing to talk about on this one.
Yeah, we've been up here bullshitting.
It looks like we got plenty to talk about. We
got blew out by 40 again, Lex, and Willie is not 41. What we got to talk about?
I mean, look,
it's been a week. We got blew out by 40 twice in a week.
Y'all want to know my story? Y'all want to know my story?
Oh shit! What's up?
I was watching the game, right?
The music.
I was watching the game, and was I gonna have some like movie?
Yeah, he got some nice mood music for you.
Okay, I'll wait for you. Make it all look good. You know what I'm saying? I look up in the sky like Stevie a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Ready whenever you are, Big Q. Where you at?
Oh boy, it's like a continuation from last show.
Come on, man. Yeah. Are we delayed? Are we delayed in the music?
He waiting for the right. What you waiting for? He waiting for to hit the story first. What? Come on, man. Put the music. Put the music.
What we got?
You sound good. Let her talk over the music. You know.
Yeah, and you can put oh, that's a bar. Lex Wonder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right, hold on, Lex.
A nice little scene like that in the Smoothie King arena. You know what I'm saying? Nice and quiet and peaceful, and melodic.
Come on, where's Griff's piano?
It's
come on, Q.
I gotta get it back, fam. Hold on here.
Man. Okay. Well, I don't want to.
Griff got mad at him and sent him a copyright strike, Lex. Should be happening. I ain't think it would happen that fast, but
So I was watching the game, right? I was sitting here watching the game, and all of a sudden,
there we go.
I didn't have any vision. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the clouds or something. I don't know. I don't even know if I was dreaming. But I know that I put my kids and little ones to bed, and I leaned back. On my sofa, just like this. I leaned back. And it was darkness. It was darkness in my eyes. I just saw darkness. And you know what I realized? That when I woke up,
the Pels was dead.
Well, the post game interview was off. And it had that tag going across. Now this was around the second half. It was around the second half.
He put Lexxah
I was
sleep.
like, oh man, PPR's on. And I looked at my phone and I saw that y'all had been on for an hour.
It's okay. It's okay, Lex.
And I was like, what happened?
You caught the Holy Ghost at the Pelicans funeral. It's all right.
I realized
You passed out, baby.
I went to sleep. I went to sleep in the I went to sleep in the middle of the storm of that 41-point loss. In the middle of that storm, I went to sleep and I was at peace. Ooh, thank you. My brothers and my sisters.
Where the ambulance? Why the man body still
That
right
man
there?
ain't supposed to be
Why
lying
the
there.
damn ambulance?
But let me tell you something. I woke up and you know what? I immediately went to the computer and I clicked on the link to
That's
the
right.
stream.
True professional.
Yes. I don't care how late I was because you know what? In the middle of that 41-point storm, I had peace.
Facts.
I had so much peace.
Facts.
And I came on here and I wanted to share the testimony with my brothers.
Amen.
My brothers from a mother, okay?
That's right.
And shout out to you, Mother Tasha, because you are right here. You are right here in my heart. I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate you. And I appreciate my brothers too. And I appreciate this music. And I appreciate the family here so that we can come together and talk about the storm, on how we went through the storm and then how we came out. We are coming out of the storm when we come onto this stream. And I'm being dead serious about that.
Facts.
Because this is therapy in the name of Jesus.
Facts.
It's therapy. It's peace.
Facts.
And that's all I got to say. That's my testimony.
And I would like to add.
Testify, brother DC. Testify, brother.
The testifying is over, Big Q.
Understand,
But
man.
any one of y'all that would like to view the body, I'm gonna ask for the right side of the church to line up on the right, and then everybody in the other pews, you can go in the middle. We're gonna make the viewing of the body, and I'm asking the family to come, and the pallbearers, y'all can get the casket and go ahead and load it up. We will have refreshments in the back once we return from the graveside. And,
What refreshments? What they got in the back? What's the refreshments in there?
barbecue pelican.
Now you can press that button. Wah, 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 wah. Why did you say that while I was drinking my stuff? Though? You know what I'm saying?
We would like to present the family with this plaque
Why not barbecue chicken?
that says rest in peace to the 2024-2025 Pelican season.
DC,
It's
we still
officially dead.
Officially? You
we still
mean
got
it wasn't dead before?
It was on life support. We thought, there was a small chance that they may come out of a coma and give us an inkling or something that indicated they could possibly be a vegetable that wouldn't need to, live on oxygen all the time. But since that wasn't the case tonight, the family has asked that we remove the cord. Just pull the cord on out and let that shit go. So.
That church I would just
So R.I.P. To the Pelicans. May they rest in peace. If anybody has any final words, feel free to give your condolences right now.
DC, we still got plenty of season left, brother.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm just saying.
Somebody,
look.
somebody call an ambulance. Bring Big Q to the hospital, man.
Do you believe in
Weak.
Ambulance! Where the ambulance? Why the
Get that
man
man the
still
ambulance.
right there?
Supposed to be
Call
laying
the
there.
damn ambulance!
The hell wrong?
Hey,
We got
Big,
plenty of
hey, Big
season
Q
left.
believes.
Boy,
He
boy, boy.
believes in
I'm
miracles.
just I'm
That's
saying we
what
got
it is. Like I said, it's definitely belief because it ain't got an inkling of truth to that shit. It's just all belief.
Oh goodness gracious.
Mary Kay said gone too soon.
Oh goodness gracious. Hey Mary. Proud Mary.
oh my goodness, Pelicans, man.
Building.
What's up, Hopper? Shout out to brother Hopper, man. Y'all know we just talked about
yeah.
George Foreman. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace,
George
George.
Yeah,
Foreman,
you
man.
know, I just saw that too. I literally just saw that. That's crazy. But yeah, rest in peace. Or rest in peace.
Nah, hey, Marley, the Pelicans don't be playing. They got an ATM. They got an ATM up there for their church, bro. You know, you gotta come with it. Collection plate is a thing of the past. You got to pay tithes. You know, everybody pay tithes. You know, you pay your tithes.
I'm taking my check
or whatever. Yeah, you pay.
Going on, JD.
Pelicans tithes. You got to pay them shits weekly. Q. They ain't playing.
They garnish you. Anyway, let's talk about this, y'all. Let's talk about this, man. The matchup. I know it's the matchup we got coming up here. Let's talk about this. The Pistons. Now Lex jumped in right before we had an opportunity to hear what she had to think about the tonight's matchup. But Lex leaning into it, we did hear some of your commentary on that. Pistons matchup coming out. Of course, Pistons beat the Pelicans down on the 17th, 127-81. Beat them down. Now we have an opportunity to go, up to Detroit to take them on. Zion Williamson should be back for the matchup. What do you guys think about this game?
I'm going up yonder.
Going up yonder.
I'm going up yonder.
Going up yonder.
I'm going up yonder. The season is over. That's what I think. Like, it don't matter, bro. Like, it don't mean shit. I want to see, the young guys play. I'm all for. I thought about it, and you was adamant about Zion playing. I would like to see Zion play, but I don't want to see him play with none of the starters, and I only want to see him play like for half the game.
Dang, man.
Give him like 18 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Let him get out there, get a little dunk or something, man, and call that shit a night. Let some of the young guys get some burn, man. Let's see what we got, what we can take it to the next season, because we're not beating Detroit, man.
Well, I don't know, because the Mavericks are depleted, and they beat the Pistons on tonight 123-117.
Well, that's even more so why we're not gonna beat them, Lex. They're gonna be mad.
I guess they were like, the Mavs ain't about to do nothing.
Right.
And they got whooped up on them because they don't have any of their stars. Like, they don't have nobody. I don't even think they have their starters, do they? They don't have any of their starters.
They don't.
Yeah, so.
But the Pistons, like, fool me once, shame on you. Well, fool me twice, I ain't gonna get fooled again. Like, that's that they're gonna be on that type of time.
Yeah, I think Tramal pointed out something that's very important. But Trajan Langdon is over this team, basically. He's been directing the moves and all those good things. And so, I just feel like because they are a Trajan Langdon-led team, and, just what Langdon did here and what he had to go through with our brother Griffin Oil,
PAW.
What's the ass weasel?
Good human being. I think there'll be some encouragement, some motivation as far as playing this team. And it's crazy. Like, the Pelicans literally switched places with the Detroit Pistons.
Lex, you've been saying that, and you are 1,000% right. That man went up there and turned them around in one season.
He did. And just not just them, like look at all the teams that have surpassed the Pelicans just once within a season. And it's almost like it really does make you wonder, okay, if that doesn't red flag that something like Griff, 6 seasons, and you coaches have had one season. VP, I mean, the guy who was the GM.
Mm-hmm.
So one season, and Detroit was bad. They had a losing record, like the worst in the league. Worst. They're in the playoff picture. They're in the playoff picture, not the play in, play off.
Mhm.
I want to make that very clear. That's a big deal. And you still have your core. You got some veterans around. You got a coach that instilled defense, and not just defense, but an identity. Because
Right.
it's not just the defense, it's the identity. They have an identity. And not only that, they've got a whole lot of they look like that, like they have that Piston swag, that bad boy. Okay? Yeah, they do. I've been watching them. I see, like, look, Kate Cunningham, man, he just hit a clutch 3 to win the game against Miami, at Miami. I know Miami's not doing well, but just coming off that basket, and then when he turned around, I mean, it's like now, it's like, hey, we out of the ashes, and we ain't going back. Like, they really do have it together. I was happy for him when he hit that shot. You know, because you can really see a difference in the demeanor, how they look at games, how they're looking at, you know, just the whole playoffs. I mean, they just have a new, refreshed vibe about them. And, you know, it's really nice to see. I'm really happy for them, but the Pelicans have definitely switched places, and which is really sad because, you know, the Pelicans weren't really, they actually exceeded the Pelicans, because the Pelicans in all 6 of these seasons have not solidified themselves in the playoffs.
Mm.
Okay, think about that. Not through the play-in. They haven't made the playoffs. Like, they were a shoe in the playoffs from the start. The Pelicans have never had that all these years. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you're talking about in just one season, the Detroit Pistons have passed them, and clearly they are in the playoff picture. Hey, man. Hey, you need to, if you're talking about collecting data, okay, and talking about what's on paper, especially with Griff, hey, man, y'all need Pelicans like Gail. Honey, you need to start looking at the data in comparison to other teams and what they've done. Because let me tell you something. He's not up there at all. Everybody passing him up. And then last season, you had 4 coaches that had better records. 4 coaches that had better records than the Pelicans that got fired from their team.
Mm.
And all those teams are doing better than you. Still. You know what I'm saying? I mean, something's got to give. Something's got to give. But you need to start collecting data from a league standpoint, and not just, oh, we're looking at the Pelicans. Nah, honey. How are you measuring up to other teams? Teams that were worse than you. And now you look up, it's like, dang, Houston passed you up? Dang. Detroit passed you up? Dang. OKC been passed you up? Memphis, they whole starting lineup was out just last season. Dang, they back on top? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, you see the jump in the seasons, even with injuries. Mavs, hey, they're down. But let me tell you something. The Mavs are going to be right back up on top come next season. Hey, you need to start looking at the data in comparison to all these other teams. And you know what? Check this out. Mavs are on the cusp of forfeiting games, right? On the cusp of forfeiting games. Guess what they dealing with, y'all? They dealing with injuries. And are the Mavs like higher than the Pelicans right now? Are they higher
Yes.
or or below the Pelicans?
It's very
yeah.
few teams that aren't.
Isn't that interesting?
Lower, man.
Isn't that interesting? Think about that. Let that sink in. They're dealing with injuries too. And let me tell you something. It's really bad because they're to the point where they're forfeiting. They're on the cusp of forfeiting games. But brother Jason Kidd is finding ways to win.
Talk, girl.
And they just beat the Pistons, and the Pistons were on a winning streak.
Talk, boy.
But they're still finding ways to win, and they in a worse situation than the Pelicans.
Won't he do it?
Okay, Kyrie just went out, season injury, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You lost all your bigs.
Sure did.
How many bigs do we have playing?
Technically none.
Well, we gonna go by what's on paper.
We got a big and a half. Misi is like he got the height,
but they have no. Their best player is Najee Marshall.
Oh, you talking about them?
Yeah.
Supposedly, our 8th best player, right? When he was on our team, right?
I mean, but I'm just saying. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I've seen his face. I've seen his face. That dude looks like, the shock that he had even with the Luka trade. The shock that he just has is still there, man. I mean, it's like it's like a deer looking at headlights when I'm looking at him. I mean, he just looks shocked. But you know what though? I mean, he's like, that dude is keeping it together. He's keeping it together because he's bothered by it. He is, but he's like, man, it's the next man up. Yeah, we dealing with injuries, but it's the next man up. And you know what? They still fighting. But what's crazy is that even with all the injuries they've been dealing with, they are ahead of the Pelicans. They ahead, y'all. I think that's remarkable because they got it bad. They dealing with a lot of stuff. I mean, at least we got, we ain't on the cusp of forfeiting any games, right?
Right.
You have bodies. You know what I'm saying? Because they just 6 tingling with 7 and 8. Because I think you have to have at least 7 on the bench or something. Is that right, or is it 8?
I think it's 8.
Okay. Hey, man. Because they can't call nobody from the G League because of their cap space. Yeah, that stuff was all broken down because of the money that they paying out and all that stuff. So, I mean, shoot. I think that's remarkable. Because, man, if that was the Pelican situation, look, how much did you lose by? City points. 70 points.
It's terrible, man. 46 one night, 41 the other night. I just don't understand. Like when we custom the Pelicans 20-point losses, but they have a team to outpoint you by 41 means you're not competitive at all. There's no answers. Willie Green gets up there. He just doesn't say anything important. I mean, it's how the team is losing. They're not even competitive at all. No dog, no intelligence, dumb coach. It's just really appalling, man. So yeah, DC,
we ain't got a dog, but we got a raccoon, Q.
he is a raccoon, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He definitely Willie Green. Now listen, man. I like Willie. I used to like Willie Green a lot until the losing kicked in, and it's just like if you're an honorable man, you'd be like, man, I'm about to step down. I want to see the team excel, and I'm not going to just sit here and take a check for nothing. I can't do it. He's not. Anytime
it was over for me after he was crying with the Phoenix Suns.
Well, I was hoping it could turn around.
I was hoping it could turn around after that. That's why we ain't
that's
never
why he was crying because that was Apex.
We were hoping it could turn around. Like, man, I was like,
when you have another man wiping another man's tears, that's a red flag.
That's only acceptable if somebody died. That's the only time that might be acceptable.
That's totally different from a man wiping his 4-year-old son's tears. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Totally different.
I mean, well, technically he is.
No, with that aftershave and that nose and them lips popping out like that.
It is kind of my
Listen, I'm just saying, the only thing we gonna remember Willie Green when they finally do get rid of Willie Green by at the end of his tenure.
Absolutely nothing.
Is the guy with the big nose. That's all pretty much. You remember the coach with the big nose? You're gonna say, "Oh, that's Willie Green." Yeah.
You know
that's
that meme with that girl where she's going like this?
Yeah, I see that before. That's that.
Look just like her. They gotta be kin. You
get rid of Willie Green, man. That's what you're gonna remember. Because you damn sure ain't gonna be remembering much else, man. Because this is pathetic, man. 19-52, 2-8 over the last 10 games, and injuries is one thing, but competitiveness is a whole nother thing. Your team has to be.
You know what? He still had a chance, even with not having with injuries. He could have still won. There was games where they were in it. That's why I was like early in the season, man, the Pelicans can actually be like 500. Like it doesn't have to be this bad, but because he is this bad, it's like that helped the situation even more. But I do want to say this, it's bad when the oldest player on the team comes out with that daggone headband looking like Elmer Fudd. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is this?
Oh man.
Look, it happened with Klay Thompson. It happened with Jason Kidd. Y'all remember when Jason Kidd pulled out that headband?
Yeah. Like, damn.
Put it back on.
Yeah.
Man,
Brian had that mug.
DJ trying to send a hardcore message. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, mama.
and it's all right because we want you to leave.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this turned bad, man.
Pelicans Twitter account, they had nerve enough to be like, okay, headband CJ.
Really? Holy shit.
When he hit a 3.
They so corny on there, man. Headband season.
What?
15 win-ass team headband season.
Oh, mercy.
They're trying.
Me.
They trying, man. They trying. It's just not working.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was crazy. Headband CJ. It's
Headband
like, we got to stop with these names. You know what I'm saying? Go TZ and, you know what I'm saying?
Marker. Yeah.
Bearded Z and
Go TZ is. I mean, like I think that would actually be pretty cool if it was winning.
Jose, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man, y'all don't gotta commentate what people got.
I don't think you deserve nicknames when you're losing. Like if you're not doing nothing, memorable, you're not supposed to get nicknames.
This
organization. That's right, DC. I'm gonna clap for that, brother. Clap for that shit, DC. You're right. Unless they mean nicknames that
they gotta be mean. They gotta be negative. You know what I'm saying? Like you losers. Like nicknames for that.
I can't believe.
George Foreman fighting the Pelicans right now.
Win, George. Let them know. Let them know. That's crazy, man.
Oh, wait, no, Bernard Hopkins beat his record, huh? It's the
Oh,
oldest
Again with
champ.
the Atlas.
That's
Oh
when
my
he got it. That's when he got it back.
I watched that live, man. I was like 12 years old. Me and my dad was watching that, man. I remember that. I couldn't believe he did it. I said, man, George Foreman looked fat. I don't think he's gonna win. George
No.
went in there and handled business, man.
He stood flat-footed in front of him. That's what happened. As long as he was moving, he had a chance. But the moment he stopped moving and he stood in front of him, Big George says, "I got you."
He was tired, bro. He got tired.
See, because he was moving, he was moving side to side, then he got pivoted, but boom. He hit him with that straight. He went straight down. He didn't get up either. He busted his lip and everything. You can see his lip busted everything. Yeah, I remember this fight.
Hey, George was like 41 or 43 or something like that.
Yeah, he got it back.
That was the oldest heavyweight champ, bro.
Yeah, that was the first time since he lost it to Muhammad Ali. He got it back in his 40s. People were saying that he couldn't get it. Remember, he was a marketing genius then because he would train and he would have hamburgers in each hand. And he would train with the hamburger. Yeah, he was a marketing genius, man.
Boy, George was something else, boy.
Yeah, he was trained with hamburgers. You could put George Foreman hamburgers. You can see he was standing with hamburgers in his hands.
It's somewhere, but I still got my George Foreman grill. That's
one thing I think everybody had. Every family had a George Foreman grill at some point.
And it sounded so good, George Foreman grill. You know what I'm saying? Look, and I think people took pride in that. Well, what you doing with my George Foreman grill? Look,
it was George was the reason though, because I remember the commercials. Like he was so like likable, and they was breaking it down. It's like, oh look, you catch the grease in the tray, and he just talking and stuff. Yeah. Man, them shits was selling like hotcakes, man.
They must have
made 20 different variations of the George Foreman grill.
Yeah, and that grease, boy. You see how it come down in that tunnel? I think that's the thing that got people. Oh shoot, I'm eating healthy. You know what I'm saying?
It was that, and it was George. Yeah, without George, I don't think it'll win nowhere.
Oh no, I believe that. I'm just saying, like I really liked it. Like everything made sense.
It did. I think it did work though. I mean, it didn't probably work as much as people thought, but it made you eat grilled foods, not the fried stuff, and that in itself is a success. Just doing that, so it definitely worked. They weren't all the way lying to you.
Yeah.
So there go one right here, DC Lex, when he was eating hamburgers. He had the McDonald's tray, and he was eating these hamburgers while he was training. Fighting because he re-imaged himself as a granddad, lovable granddad, was just having fun with it because they thought it was a joke at first. They thought when they set the Michael, because he beat a couple of guys, and
I wonder if you think he talked to Muhammad Ali about marketing or just personality, because his personality to me teetered more in that area of like a Ali without the teasing and insults. It's just really, really likable, jovial, cracking jokes, and he just kind of turned into the opposite of what people know him as.
They both had different dynamics,
Yeah.
Chuckster, I don't know how you started your day, or if you've gotten.
Go ahead, Lex.
Okay.
No, I was just saying, Muhammad Ali, like, because he was very marketable, but he really presented and talked about a lot of Black issues. And just there's a lot of things that you didn't even know that he did until when he passed away. So I mean, I think it's just different dynamics. They just, I don't know, man. I mean, you don't see this anymore with any of the boxers. Like those guys were like very, very marketable.
It's not cool to have fun anymore, Lex. You got to be a killer.
You do, but it's like
having fun and laughing is, that's, and then you got that with fighting, like everybody got to be so serious.
Yeah, they had fun, but it's like when they stepped in that ring, when they behind closed doors, that wasn't no joke. It's like, dog, I'm dead serious, and they separated those two. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, Ali, he did have a lot of jokes, but man, Ali was a poet. Man, he was spitting bars, man. Which is crazy. And and just his being an advocate for, him and that whole entire group, that picture that we see all the time with those athletes, with Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown, and I forget everybody that's in that picture, but I mean, that was iconic, man. I mean, these dudes were really cold, but I look at boxers now, you don't get this type of aura. That killer in the ring, and then, that marketability outside, and not just the marketability, but, it really stuck. It really hit like no other. So, golly, man, it definitely go, miss both of them, but yeah, George Foreman, yeah, he was he was that dude. He was that dude.
And I think people like him and Ali, that's what's missing now, man. Just the whole person, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
everything's so serious now. I think that's why a lot of people like Tank too. When you talk about the boxing game, like Tank, he joke and play around a little bit. He's just a likable guy. But that's what made sports to me better. It's just like you saw a good story, like something that makes you want to root for that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't like they were acting. It was kind of
they were being real
of their authentic self. And you like, oh, okay, wow, George Foreman, and he's the oldest heavyweight champ. He's trying to come back. He's got 15 sons named George. You know what I'm saying? He up there cracking jokes and stuff. Everybody got behind him, was rooting for him. And Muhammad Ali, obviously his story is different, but it's still, he has so many topics in his life that just made you want to pull for him, from when he was the youngest heavyweight champion, then they stripped him of his belts because he was anti-war and all. It's so many things. That's why he was people champ. He had so many obstacles that he lets you see that people just, wanted to root for the guy and want him to win, man. Along with having a, awesome personality and bars, like you said, and jokes. I don't think it's just a different era and time, man. Things were more real. Everything.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know about that part right there. That's crazy. He just walked out there.
Look.
That's
I wasn't ready.
What the hell is that?
You know what I'm saying? He was not ready at all.
What are you doing?
He wasn't ready. It's like, dog, I'm just out here to get paid. I mean, dog, it has to get to the 4th round before you get paid.
That's called a soup can, y'all.
He either just that garbage as a fighter, or he just took a dime.
This is what you call a human soup can. That's what
that's crazy.
But why do you put up your dukes and you didn't even block?
That's a cab driver.
Like if you took a body blow, I'd have got it.
He half did it. Like, dog, like the purpose of putting your dukes up is so that you block the punch. You didn't block anything.
He hit him with uppercut. Why?
Boom. I mean, it's right there.
Because you put him up all you want.
He got him wide open, bro.
Yeah, he got him open.
Like this.
His jaw's just staying open, and it hit him with. That's his best punch.
He
hit him with that uppercut.
Like,
boom.
dog, what are you doing?
Boom. The referee was trying to grab him before he came with the right overhand.
I mean, this dude didn't even make.
That's a cab driver, ladies and gentlemen.
All his sweat came from sparring before the fight even started.
That man just was good, bro.
He had to yell that before he got hit, Q, because there ain't no other explanation, dog.
It's a
come on and hit me, come on.
That's the soup can, my brother. That's what you call it.
Come on.
A cab driver. That's what they call him, brother.
The hell is that, man?
That's what you call him. But phenomenal, man. But rest in power to George Foreman.
Okay, this is what the Pels have brought us to family. We've spent 20 minutes talking about everything but the Pelicans.
Indeed, because they ain't shit to talk about. And how about this one, y'all?
I mean, let's be real. We next. We next.
Yeah, okay.
We next. I mean, let's be real. We next.
For
we
what?
on deck. That you like baseball, we on deck.
They getting
deck
close.
for what?
Yeah.
For what? That upper room, nigga. The upper room. Will Jesus.
Oh my goodness, that's black.
You know,
I love it. I do. You know how we do. You know how we do, man. When we just start talking and we start singing. You know, just out of nowhere. Yeah.
Hey, this is. But you know what's so real? This is so really weird. It's the fact that he talking to the Pelicans, man. He talked to the Pelicans support base.
We next.
But we right here, right now.
Yeah, I remember my son.
We Knicks. I mean, let's be real.
He said Knicks. He said
we
Knicks.
on deck. You like baseball? We on deck. On deck for what? For what? That upper room, nigga. The upper room with Jesus.
Why he sound like Murphy, like his brother though? You know what I'm saying? He sounds straight up like his brother.
He sound like Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
We on deck. We next.
I'm like, man, y'all are
next
brothers.
for what?
Oh man.
What, nigga? Upper room. Well, he even rolled it, Lex. Well, Jesus.
Yeah, when he hit that run, look, that made me want to go get my tambourine. Woo!
Oh man,
tambourine, don't you?
That's too funny,
I
man.
be turning up my tambourine. I sure do. I be turning up my tambourine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah, that's too good, too good.
Oh, goodness gracious!
All right, listen, fam, we're gonna get ready. Hey, listen, listen, man. We'll be back Sunday.
What?
Go ahead, DC. What you got, brother? Because you said wait. Go ahead, DC.
I mean, I would at least like to take at least 5 minutes to offer a solution.
Wait. Bro, we've been talking about everything else, brother. Go ahead, DC. The floor is yours, brother. You got it. Go ahead, bro.
Can we talk about a draft pick or something?
What?
Why? Why?
Why?
No, go ahead, DC. No, you're right. Go ahead.
No, you gotta sing. You gotta sing it right. Sing it like Michael Jackson.
It's all dead.
You talking about a draft pick but this is DC.
Like, look.
DC equals a Dirty Confessions. He was just doing Dirty Confessions an hour ago.
We just put some type of mummy, ghoulish type creature back together next to it, bring it back to life,
It don't matter.
DC, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. What draft pick? Go ahead. What's on your spirit, my man?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
DC, can I show you a video representation of the Pelican season?
Go ahead, bro.
Ready to see it, brother?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
You know what I'm saying?
No fight. You got sent to the upper room.
You know what I'm saying? Why cry?
When Jesus. You know what that is? The upper room, I tell you what, you die first, I'm gonna sing at your funeral. I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker and go to upper room. Let them shoot me. I don't give a fuck. They'll take me out.
How he hit that note though? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker and go to upper room. Let them shoot me. I don't give a fuck. They'll take me out singing that motherfucker. You crazy, Ray. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm done.
The upper room.
I want to ask something real quick. Okay.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. All right, DC, go ahead, bro.
One more 40-point loss, and whoever we try to draft just gonna go back to school. So they don't.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to do a draft show with this a different move, bro. Look at this shit.
I hope it's
This is what the Pelicans got done tonight, brother. There was no fight in them today.
I apologize.
all right, hey DC.
No hope in
DC
them.
dog. DC dog. Brother Slim has been adamant about this.
What's up?
He wants you to bring out the Jamaican accent.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yes, the Jamaican accent.
I ain't mad enough. The Pels gotta lose by 40 one more time. And
You mean you're not happy enough? Hey.
it's too happy. My bad. We had to repass, right?
It's gonna slow down, DC. Don't worry.
This sounds like something you listen to while you're in the line and get your food at the repass. It's about right. You know, everybody stop crying and stuff for a little while. They get a few smiles. You know what I'm saying?
Don't let them fool you, DC. Don't let them fool you.
I don't let them fool you. This shit over. This shit is over. Don't let them fool you. Okay,
All right, DC.
Well, he was going into some fight.
Lex was flowing with hers, girl. Go ahead. Lex was flowing with her.
I was getting it. Hey, let's go on and have a party up in here.
Say Marley, I actually ate some sweet potatoes from this place of Franklin, bro. And they put plantains in the sweet potatoes, Marley. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, you been on that, DC.
I couldn't believe it.
Come on, brother. You knew that.
I had sweet potatoes with plantains in it for the first time, man. And you know what happened?
Was it good?
I tried to go to a Pelicans game. Somebody gave me free tickets to a Pelicans game that night. Q, the tickets didn't even work. I said, look at this.
DC, that's a sign of Bible thing on my brother.
I said, man, you know what? I could have just went in there because, you know, it was only like $20 for a ticket.
Oh, my goodness, man. Y'all, DC, that was funny, bro. That was good.
Yo, I want to point out something. Y'all know who I saw out there on the court?
Who?
Alfred Payton?
Najee?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, are my eyes deceiving me?
No.
So
Alfred
you
Payton
brought back Alfred Payton.
After y'all told him to.
Like,
remember what we talked about, Lex? Remember that?
Why didn't you just let Jamal Cain go and put him on the team from the get-go, man?
Is Jamal Cain still on the team? Is he?
Yes, he is.
Because we would have won more games, Lex. That's not in the plans.
You know who the last player on the road? You know the last guy on the bench is? It's Jamal Cain.
They want to see if they can possibly sign him or bring him back next year. I think they're giving him one last look or something. I don't know what else.
Who, Cain?
Be about. No, Alfred Payton. He got to be in the plans for next year. Like, why else bring him back now?
Played against the Pacers and had like 21 assists. What else did you need to see?
It's just one game.
It's the Pelicans, Lex. They still collecting data.
Okay. You know what? I want you to stop.
Still collecting data.
They had 5 years of data on Zion, and they finally decided to use them the way we've been saying this year.
Jamal said Jamal Cain is an equipment manager too.
He is. I mean, he's the last man on the bench.
Oh my gosh!
What's the boy name playing? Timu Margie, DC. What's his name? Keon Brooks is his name.
He Timu Najee till he earned the name.
Yeah, he Timu Najee.
What he was making, he had a series.
We was hard because we was hard on Najee in the beginning. Remember that?
What are you doing, double dribbling?
I wasn't hard on Najee.
We was calling them. You had a name for him. What you call him?
Yeah.
I gave him the enforcers. I had the black enforcers.
Yeah.
You had a name for him. It wasn't so favorable in the beginning.
Yeah.
No, we was talking about his shoes because he wasn't playing. Yeah, because he would fall out all the time. Remember, he had a problem.
Najee had to earn his respect, man. Timu Najee can't come in here and just be giving us
there
all
we
his name
go.
right stuff, man.
Yeah, wish up Najee, man. It's Keon Brooks.
Come on, man.
Wish up Najee. That's it. But yeah. I remember because we had the black enforcers. We had the colorful ones when he was playing when he wasn't playing correctly. But when he locked people down,
he got knife, and then we called him Najee. He had to earn it.
Yeah, they earned it. That's right.
If he Timu Najee, man, he got to go through the same, fraternization. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Hey, listen, DJ he didn't mention no Keon Brooks. He talk about Carlo. He don't.
DJ got one.
DJ not one time that he ever said Keon Brooks
through the cracks.
Right. No, I don't think I don't think he believes in him.
If DJ don't believe in him, he damn
If
sure
DJ don't believe in him, I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's the guy. Because DJ hadn't said anything about Timu Marshall, man.
He didn't. He didn't.
Sure didn't. He says Carlo Makovic. He mentioned Reeves, but he don't talk about Timu Marshall.
He ain't say nothing about Jamal Cain either.
That's true too. Jamal Cain, man, I don't think he's gonna be back next year. We'll see, man. Maybe
might
here.
be on or something, man. We might have to listen to DJ, man.
I want to ask you a question. We kind of hit this on last stream, Big Q.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I was saying is I feel like, looking at how things are right now and doing forward thinking into next season, are the Pelicans closer to a rebuild in comparison to a win now?
Close to a rebuild.
And I feel the same way.
Close to a rebuild. Then close to a rebuild versus being competitive for a playoff spot. I would have to lean close to a rebuild because of the obvious. They don't have a coach.
Yeah.
They don't have, you need a coach, man. And Lex, look at this. Let me show y'all something here, the standings. And because I was looking at it and I was thinking about the West, just paying attention to just the West where we are, and span out anywhere. If you look at the West, the Southwest that we're in, all these people have gotten better. And we talked about this last year.
Yeah.
Talk about Houston. Houston was 500 last year.
Yeah.
They are 21 wins. They got 46 wins versus 25 losses. They're number one in the Southwest. They flipped it all. They're on a 9-game winning streak right now. They were a 500 ball club last year.
Yeah.
You remember they were close. We made the prediction to say, well,
one of the teams that surpassed the Pelicans.
Look what he's done. He's taken them their 4 wins off a 50-win season. And then you have Memphis, who just fell out, but they're where we thought they would be. They're back up there, 43-27. Dallas is having injury issues, but with all the injuries that's going on, they are still
doing well.
3 games, right? They're just 3 games under 500.
That's crazy.
And then San Antonio, who was the worst team in the West last year, are 30-39 despite missing several of their really good players, and they're 2-game winning streak, and they're 5-5 the last 10 games.
And San Antonio gonna be a lot better next year, man.
Yeah, they are. Once Wemby gets better, I
hope Wemby, Foxy.
So you got San Antonio, Dallas, and the Rockets to contend with, man.
Yeah, all these teams, and that's just
maybe you think maybe the Pelicans are looking at this and maybe they bowing out?
Well,
I mean,
you would have to say that.
Are we looking to trade Zion and just kind of wait some of this out?
You know what?
No, ain't no trading Zion. Ain't no trading Zion because if you trade Zion, that's the end of David Griffin won't trade Zion because that means he's out of here. That's the one thing that gets him going if Zion gets traded.
You got a Rockets team. Those guys are young. So out of everybody, even with injuries, I don't think the Rockets come back down just yet, right? They got all young guys. No. They got them all under contract. If anything, they can move Fred VanVleet and add another piece. Kevin Durant could very well go over there or something. So you got them, who I think going to be a winning franchise for at least the next 2 to 3 years. Dallas that bet the house on AD. Kyrie, is he under contract next year? Or is Kyrie a free agent?
Yeah, I think he may be a free agent. But I think with the way
he's happy in Dallas, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is.
They bet on him when nobody else would. So, I don't think he's gone.
Go ahead, Lex.
I think the way that things have gone this season for Dallas, I think it's kind of clear, especially for their supporters, Dallas supporters and everything. Hey man, they got to do right by Kyrie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I already messed up. We see how this season has turned out. Don't make a mistake. Don't do that. Do not do that. You better
Right.
look at that dude, because when he shot those free throws with his Achilles, similar to kind of like Kobe, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, they was chanting MVP. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's all Dallas had.
They're gonna keep
Like,
him if
that
he
was
want to
it.
be there, Lex. I don't think that's a doubt at all. They're gonna do right by Kyrie because they don't have a choice.
I
They don't have
mean,
a choice.
They traded
look,
Luka.
you got it, but Nico, you got to make sure Nico know that.
They don't have a choice. They traded their franchise player.
Yeah, that's
the only
it.
thing they can. If you trade your franchise player to sell your fan base, you have to go all out and try to win
Kyrie.
now. You have
Yes.
to try to win now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do right by him. But does Kyrie want to go back there? Is kind of what I was alluding to. But I think Dallas is gonna go all out. That's another place where KD can go. KD can wind up in Dallas.
But I do think he's. I see what you're saying, but I think he's safe.
Then you got the Spurs, who got De'Aaron Fox with Wembanyama coming into his own, and we see what Stephon Castle is.
Yeah.
And then they probably I don't know what the cap space is, but they're usually pretty good at managing that. So ain't no telling who else winds up on the Spurs. So not only did these teams get better this year, I think all three of these teams are teams that's going to continue to get better going into the next offseason.
You see it. They've been aggressive. Look at this. These teams have been aggressive. It's like, you know, with Memphis, all their starters were out last season. Man, they came back, man. Yeah, we need to remind everybody real quick, because we got everybody back. They're back on top. Houston, I mean, and Mary alluded to this. We knew that with Ime Udoka down there, Houston Rockets weren't going to be staying down for long.
Right.
They and you saw it last season. Towards the end of the season, they were out of the playoff picture, but they made a huge run. Y'all remember that? Yeah. They made a huge run. They were winning. They were on like a 10-game, 11, 12 games, something crazy like that winning streak at the end of the season. And guess what? They took that into next season.
I don't Lex, that's very true, and I agree with you.
The Pelicans don't have that going on. That's why at least show us what the supporters have to look forward to.
What you talking about this year? Oh no, Lex, you crazy.
No, I'm saying
we got nothing to look forward to yet.
No, listen.
No, we don't.
But listen, Houston was out of the playoff picture, right?
Right.
And they went on a 10-12 winning streak towards the end of the season. Like, they were really, you know.
I would be mad as hell if the Pels did that.
But you know what, though? But look at Houston now, though. At some point in time, you want to stay dialed into losing, because the Pelicans have not been winning for real.
I'm dialed into losing until Willie Green is fired.
And I'm not, and it don't matter. You know why? You know why? I know Big Q knows why, because his hand is on that button, right?
It's getting close.
It has nothing to do with the win.
We got to take the comment down. See,
okay?
Please.
All right, Lex.
It has nothing to do with the wins and losses, but the details of the secret contracts. Darn them secret contracts. The devil is alive. Secret contract. Facts. And I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear nothing unless I want them. I know the details of the secret contracts.
That's pretty good, Lex. Hey, let's do this, fam, before we get ready to get out. Maul had a question that I'm pretty sure y'all gonna answer. He asked about the softest coach in the NBA. Is there another coach in the NBA softer than Willie Green? Lex, DC, what y'all think? Y'all got to think about this one. Is anybody softer than Willie Green?
Charmin.
In the NBA?
Oh, the NBA. Oh, I was thinking about all coaches everywhere.
I'm saying coach
That's
in
what
the
took so
NBA.
long. NBA, hell
Look, we
no.
opened it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm thinking about NFL.
Look,
I'm thinking like
that's why I
every.
said Charmin.
I'm trying to think of the softest coach ever. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
see,
goodness,
that's what I was going for.
Soft like cupcakes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know one.
Oh, Monty
Steven
Williams.
Silas.
You know what? I don't even think he was soft as Willie.
You know what? That really didn't sound right.
Shout out to Jay.
I don't think he was as soft. I think he was actually had more backbone than Willie. He wasn't going to the podium. Think about this. Steven Silas was not going to the podium every night. Talking about how proud he was of his guys and praising them and shit. Steven Silas got up there a few times mad and banging his fists on the podium and shit. Like he was mad. It wasn't fake mad, like you say. He was really mad. You know what I mean? Like he did cry. So he got that. Him and Willie share that, but Steven Silas used to be over there on the sidelines looking. He had his arms folded, looking stupid. But he was looking mean, and he had a little bit more dog than Willie. But they ain't saying much. But
to say the word dog, and it's like
he had some Chihuahua. Did I say that? He had some Chihuahua.
No pit bull.
No, hell no. Just all biking and ankle nagging. You were not at risk for any serious injury at all. It was just, it was enough. If a well-seasoned person might not know what they're looking at, they might get riled up a little bit.
Mary said the coach of the Pee Wee League team.
Willie is a cat.
Goodness gracious!
No barking, no growling, none of that.
It's just there's little cats. Are you talking about a kitty cat?
Yeah, a little kitty cat.
A little kitty cat.
Little kitty cat. Oh, just cute and cuddly.
No, okay. So you went. No, I don't. No.
Well, I'll take the cute part back. He looked like a raccoon. He a cat that looked like a raccoon.
That didn't even sound right coming from you either. The cute little kitty cat, like, oh dang. Well, Tramal said the cat.
Hey, Willie's a likable guy. I was trying to be a little respectable. But,
like Puss in Boots.
I was trying to say it in a nice way. Nah, Puss in Boots will beat the shit out of Willie.
That's awful.
You mean the movie character?
What? Puss in Boots would have his way with Willie. He would
have Willie jacked up on the wall, man. Willie bucking his eyes and shit, bro.
Getting beat up by a movie character is really pretty crazy.
That's where we at, Lex. It's pretty
That's
bad.
where we at.
Oh,
he by far the softest.
With you.
He by far the softest coach in the league, man, and it's a damn shame.
I think it go beyond the league, too.
College, man.
I think he's just like one of the softest coaches ever.
Yeah, he's
no league involved, just all leagues included.
No fight, no nothing. I didn't see church
league coaches with more aggression than Willie.
And Mary was saying this church league, but you know what? They be fired up.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They be the first one to complain. He fouled me.
That's what
they
I'm
go
saying.
back and foul somebody down on the other end. That wasn't no foul. But man, and then they got their belly popping out, walking down the court.
I'm just like a good coach. You know what I'm saying? In a losing season like this, man, they would have been losing this shit all year. They'd have had so many ejections, so many texts. Willie, did he get ejected?
He's not trying to lose money. He's trying to keep his money in his pocket.
That's what he said.
Well, you know what, Lex? I'll tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
The mind is powerful.
Yes.
So whatever you fear will come to your ass anyway. So why he trying to keep his money in his pocket? Because he's scared to lose money. He's gonna lose his goddamn job and lose all his money. Dummy.
You know what? I was waiting for the punchline. I was like, All right, you better speak that, DC. Speak your truth.
It's stupid. You're trying to keep money in your pocket, but if you were a coach that stood up for your guys and actually had
dog
their back,
in.
do you know, idiot, that you could coach for maybe 10 years? You know what I mean?
Talk to him, DC.
Did you
Look at him.
know if you
Tell
stood
him.
up for your guys and you maybe
Yeah.
lose a little money now, you could have got a way bigger contract later, dummy?
No, we didn't know.
Damn, DC.
You wasn't gonna
That
get
was the
that.
worst. That was the worst thing I've ever heard Willie Green say behind a podium. Q, and he'd have said all type of horrible
He
shit.
said all kind of stupid shit. Yeah, you
That
ain't
was
lying.
the worst.
Okay, Big Q,
Yeah.
can you take that picture off? It's getting on my nerves.
Well, Willie holding his hands up. Like, why didn't you call Zion? Give him that foul.
It's like, and he always does that to the ref. Like,
it don't work, bro.
I'd rather you punch air than do that, dog. Come on, man. You look.
That's a non-aggressive stance that the referees tolerate.
Can you imagine how much that will fire up Zion, especially
And
a player like
let
Zion?
you know that you're a ref.
If he did like what coach
I
used
would
to do
tee
that,
him
man?
up just for making that face.
He did the Bobby Knight thing. Q. He went over there to the ref and started fussing at him and getting all riled up. Like you know how fired up that'll get the team, and how scared that'll possibly get a ref. Like, man, really crazy. They might call the shit right for 10 games straight.
But I'm saying that even if he did do that, y'all, thrown out of game, his people. But I'm saying his people would pay his fine. Like, you don't think Zion Williamson and all them guys would pay Willie's fine? So what you talking about keeping his money in his pocket? Don't you understand how this goes? You stand up for the players, they stand up for you. But that's why Willie Green should get up out of here. He don't have no connection to these players.
Willie, a millionaire that shop at Goodwill, bro. That's just his mentality.
Do the stanky face. Do the stanky face. Do the stanky face. You know what I'm saying? That's the new song right there.
Yeah, Willie being
TJ Maxx talking about this too expensive.
You know what? I'll go even further than that. He be up at Dollar Tree.
Will it be at Dollar Tree haggling on the prices, trying to get them?
Y'all gonna make me create a picture with Willie Green in Dollar Tree, like with something in his hands.
Look,
with something in his hands, and it's a Dollar Tree behind him, and y'all gonna mess around and make me do it.
Because he want to keep his money in his pocket.
Y'all gonna mess around and make me create a whole little graphic with Willie Green standing in Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put something in his hands like some pine sol or something, and him saying, "Why is this so high?" Let's go. We go.
Just put his face over. You remember Chris Rock from "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker"? How much? How much the rest? Oh, just give me. Just let me lick one for 50 cents.
Stacy, man.
You saw Chris Rock when he said, "What movie was
it?" That's I'm gonna get you something.
See everything that he's doing, and it's like, man, that's crazy though. You know what? I don't want Griff to hire them.
Boy, you ain't lying, Marley. Marley said,
I don't want
use a straw to suck out a water bottle. He definitely that type of dude.
You know what? That's creepy. That's really creepy, man. Dang, that's pretty low. Where he from again?
There you go. Play the audio cue. This Willie Green.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
How much for an order of ribs?
$250.
$250. How many ribs do I get with that?
About 5.
5. So I guess that's about 50 cents a rib, huh?
Yeah, about.
Let me get one.
Right on. One order ribs.
No. 1 rib.
1 rib.
I sure am hungry.
Make that 1 rib to go. 1 rib? 1
Oh,
rib.
dang.
What else?
You got any soda?
$1.
Oh, come on now. Look out for a brother, man. Come on. Hey, check this out. Why don't you let me get a sip for 15 cents?
My cup costs more than 15 cents.
Oh, All right, fuck the cup. Pour it in my hand for a
You know
dime.
what?
Piss toxic haze off.
And those are some big brothers too. This dude came in trying to hustle the, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. And then you gonna do it with a black business?
It's Willie Green, man.
Oh, golly, man. Yeah, that's classic right there. Jim Brown and
Trying to
Isaac.
keep some money in my pocket.
Goodness gracious.
Stupid.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to support no black business. Hey, y'all support black businesses correctly. Okay?
He was trying to give him 65 cents, Lex.
That is a prime example. No, that's a prime example. Look, we ain't doing that to all these other corporations and stuff.
Oh
When
my
we go to
goodness.
these black businesses, we need to do that's a prime example. I'm being serious.
One rip.
For us.
Oh my goodness.
Dang, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
was
saying?
too good. That was too funny. Hey, look, we got to get on out of here. Listen, fam.
Hey, you do something for me though, real quick.
Yeah,
That
yes.
same movie with Keena with that chick, and she started taking off a wig, taking off my arm.
That's the same. That's the same movie.
I know that part. Go to that part.
All right.
Because that right there was sinister.
Man, Willie Green so cheap, he go on Groupon and ask for a discount.
Oh goodness gracious!
What part was it, Lex? Hold on. Let's see.
It was in the back of the truck. Was it like in the middle of the movie?
What was the chick name?
I don't know, but look, she started taking off too much stuff.
That's your girl from? Isn't that your girl from the Boondocks?
Oh goodness!
I think that's the same lady who voiced over for the Boondocks. That ain't Regina. That wasn't Regina. That wasn't Regina. You're right.
Yeah, she's
Damn,
a
what's
little
her
bit lighter.
name, man? I can't remember that girl's name.
Hey, she would tell you everything. So that's kind of similar to chicks on today.
Oh, that's a girl from In the Heat of the Night. Yeah.
Well, she ain't had no hair. She ain't had no legs. Her arms was gone. Everything. She started taking off everything.
Oh goodness gracious! You got to put on the sound.
Glad to get these off. No, not that. Not the tits. Please don't. This voluptuous ass of mine. Guys, I was getting kicked out of this one. Oh God, that's so much better. I know you do too.
You see, you.
No way.
I got to. I have got.
Oh please, Juggy, come on. Don't make me hop after you.
Oh, too good. Too good.
Dang.
Too
And then
good.
he went to Willie's face.
Annie Marie Johnson. Thank you, Slim. That's Annie Marie. Yes. She was on, y'all remember she was Roger's girlfriend on What's Happening Now. I don't know if y'all remember that. She was Roger's girlfriend.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. All right, but anyway, with that being, I hope y'all. Listen, screw hope.
Willie Green stank for his ass.
I appreciate y'all being here tonight, man. Much love to y'all, man. I hope throw that out. I know y'all had fun tonight in today's stream. Usually when the Pelicans lose by 40 points or more, it's not much of a show. So I hope y'all. Damn it! I know y'all enjoyed tonight's stream. Please,
you been getting high again,
bro. You sometimes it happens, my brother. Listen.
Of a 41-point loss right there.
That's the effects. That's what happens. So y'all hit the like button for us.
Make it a little delusional, huh?
Well, it does make it delusional. And your team is what 18 wins against 50. What are we?
19. Come on now. You got to get that extra win in now. Every win counts.
1952 seems like a bad year for people. 1952.
Of what?
That's the
Red Pelicans record.
That's the wine CJ was drinking on 1950.
1952.
Oh, I thought y'all were talking going back to the year 1952. I'm like, dog, I wasn't there.
1952 is the Pelicans record.
I'm sorry.
On the way to 1956.
And Stacey said I wasn't born yet, Big Q. I was like, dang, well, I wasn't either. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. 1952.
I'm like, what?
Man, we couldn't even win enough games to get to Lex's birth year. That's crazy. That's crazy.
DC, you got what, 13 games left? So I mean, it's still plenty of time.
They ain't gonna make it to any of our birthdays.
That'll be 1970. Well, no, that'll be 1971. If they lose to 13, man. So
we rooting for you, Q.
Y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the subscribe button, man. Sub up to the Pelican Post Game Report, fam. These are not easy streams, but we make it look good, man, because you guys are here. We're having fun, man, on this Friday night. Listen, man, Pelicans are 19-52. We'll be back Sunday for the Pelicans matchup.
Fire Willie Green.
That will be, absolutely. Fire Willie Green. Please fire Willie Green. Next matchup, Pels face
Execute David Griffin.
Detroit Pistons on the road before we come home against Philly, Golden State, and Charlotte for the home game.
Excommunicate Dennis Lauscher.
And
go on to get rid of Gail too. Bye. Supporting some jacked up stuff. What's she supporting, Big Q?
All kind of stuff, man. You need an exorcist for her ass. So exercise her.
She gonna go down with the Catholic Church and all that.
Dang.
She go over there and kiss the man ring. They do that from time to time.
Wow.
No, you ain't seen that before. They do that. They was doing that with Tom Benson.
They kissing that thing. You know what I'm
go
saying?
and kiss his ring. A lot of people do that over there.
Kiss the ring of a dawn.
They kiss his ring. They kiss his ring.
I ain't kissing nobody.
He told him he joked with him. He's sick right now, but he joked with him and told him that Tom Benson had the Super Bowl ring on, and he told him, your ring bigger than my ring. That's what the Pope told Tom Benson. He had a Super Bowl ring on. Pope has a ring on. He said, your ring bigger than my ring.
So what does that mean? He wanted a bigger ring?
No, this is an observation he made, that he made. So that was just something that caught me in the press. I heard.
I don't know. That kind of sound like a soft push-up, bro.
You're like, hey man,
you been kissing my ring all these. Your ring bigger than my ring.
That's like you got to check in when you go to your whatchamacallit and say, hey man, your ring bigger than my ring.
You gotta bless me with a big ring, huh?
And he look at him, and next thing you know, the guy taking his ring off and giving it to him. That's how it worked. All right. Anyway, we're gonna get on out of here. Listen,
you want to keep getting blessings, don't you?
Are we opening up the stream? Yeah, we ain't spent a lot since
we'll do it on we'll do it on Sunday. We'll open it up on Sunday night and do that. Well, it's because it's an early game. The game on Sunday is at 2 p.m. So for all our calling people, please join us on our Sunday stream at the end of the game. Well, it's a 2 p.m. tip-off time in Detroit. By the time the game will be over around 5 o'clock, we'll open up the stream for the family members to call in. Matter of fact, it'll probably be one of the streams where we are actually live, where when I'm there and everybody's here, and then we can hit you with the link during the game so you can kind of chime in the game. So we'll have
still feel free to come if you was at church and you didn't see the game. The Pelicans gonna lose, so you already know.
DC,
bring your tambourine.
Yeah, you still coming here.
I'm bringing my tambourine.
Talk about the game. Just imagine what you saw last time when they played the Pistons and used that. We'll fill you in on the rest. What's going on with you, Lex? You going to Wakanda? Wakanda forever? You about to?
You're so funny. I just said that I was gonna be bringing my tambourine.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was up there talking.
Yeah, you were talking. Yeah. All right, y'all.
Well, Lex, we're gonna end the stream with some good church.
We got the Matlock music, man. We got Willie up there.
Oh yeah, we showed it.
We're gonna bring it back on the next one.
It was an investigation.
We're gonna end it with a little church.
Play the happy one.
Inspirational.
And the Perry Mason.
Right. Yeah, the Perry Mason.
Oh Lord, stop it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
You got your tambourine, Lex.
Okay, no, we ain't doing all that. She got to put it up in the air to go.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, dang, she doing too bad.
Okay. She got a little sauce with her.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, you better get it, girl. Hit that beat. Hit it. Woo! That's yeah. Hey, I got power. Come on. Come on, boy. Woo! Shoot. Man, we gonna have a time on Sunday. You hear me? Woo! Get that music ready.
We're gonna holler at y'all next time, man. Much love, go Pels. Peace, y'all. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.